Okay. Speaking of which, let's start to dive in here. I want to do three of you where we generate a scene together and I bring you live and we do it. So um I don't know if we have anyone who's ready to make a scene with me right now. Because honestly, I think it's just better to do it with y'all than even me show you me making a scene. Like let's just like get in, let's get messy, let's do this. So who wants to make a scene with me now? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes because I know there's gonna be more I could do. I'm gonna do the first one. I'm literally close my eyes, completely closed. I'm going to hover my mouse over a name that is in the chat so far, and the one that's closest to landing on is who we're gonna go with. That was Steven. Steven Delora. Okay, here's what we'll do, Steven. I will find you. I'm going to ask you to unmute, uh, if you can, because I think it'll be good for us to talk. And then, um, you should be able to. Let me go to all participants. Let's find Steven. Dude, hi Steven. Uh, so you're up. We're gonna do multiple. Don't worry. Okay. Um, so I'm just trying to find you so I can pin you. There we go. So I'm gonna pin you. So you're gonna be up here with me, Steven. Um, and then if you can't unmute, that's okay. There's one of two options we can do right now. It's up to you what's most comfortable. Um, well, let me actually check what's possible. Can I see? Let me see. So we have two options. The one I was imagining is you would share your screen and I'd walk you through it. I think that'll be like really fun. And then we do it, and then I'll put the coins in your account and you'll make it happen. If you're not able to share your screen, I can do it for you with your project if you share your project with me. Up to you how you want to go about it. You should be able to unmute. If you can't talk right now, totally cool. We can go back to you as well. Hey, Steven, can you hear me? Steven? Okay, Steven, here's what we're gonna do for you. Um, folks, get ready because I want someone to come live with me. Let's talk. Let's have you on camera. That'd be great. Just because I want to meet you and have us all kind of do this together. But Steven, we're gonna go back to you. If you can upload your project, and James, you can help him. Like we can kind of like escalate helping him. Steven, upload your project, share it with hello@creatorwood.tv, and then I'll bring it onto my screen and we can do it with you. But I just need you to upload your script to the movie machine and I'll take it from there. So maybe James and direct messages, get the Steven. And we'll go back to you, Steven, okay? You're bookmarked. We're not gonna leave you out. So I'm gonna go to someone else now. And Dave, I believe we did I say I already said I'm doing someone's, right? But I forgot who and I forgot. I should have noted it down. Kimberly, let's go with you first. If you're ready. And I want to do as many as possible, okay? We're gonna have fun. So I do want to give people an opportunity to do this. So Kimberly, I'm going to pin you once I find you. Uh in all the names, Kimberly. Give me a moment. There we go. So Kimberly, you are now pinned up here with me. You don't have to show your face. You don't even need to talk, but it could be helpful if you do. But you're welcome to unmute. And then if you can share your screen inside Creatorwood, we'll get it going. Hi, Kimberly. Can you hear me? I don't know if I can hear you. Are you able to speak or no? You can say no, and that's okay. I cannot hear you, Kimberly. No, I don't think any of us can. Okay, okay. Kimberly's also on that. So let's hope third time's a charm. No worries on technical difficulties, by the way. Steven, we're gonna go back to you. Kimberly, we're gonna go back to you. But let's go to a third folk, and then we're gonna do all. We'll do it. Now we're kind of seeing how to do it. Um, I'm closing my eyes, Mia. I'm gonna close my eyes. Let's see. I'm just hovering with that mouse. All right. I land on Kimberly again. That's not gonna work. You're already going, Kimberly, but we're going to someone else first. Actually, Mia, I did land on you. Very honestly, I landed on you, so it's you. But let's do it. So Mia, I'm gonna pin you in a second. Let me just find you. I know you're here. Uh, okay, Mia, here we go. You are now pinned, and you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Mia, how's it going?
I'm so excited. I'm
It
good.
will work for a children's book, Priya. It will.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Coco. Okay, so I just uploaded a new script just a few seconds ago, and it's done, and it came out really good. I was really detailed this time in my descriptions, and was way happier with the output of it.
Okay.
I would like for you to do it on yours because I don't have it set up to where you can see my screen.
Oh, okay, sure. Did you already share this project with me at hello@creatorwood.tv?
That's a different one. I could show you this one, which would probably be better.
Yeah, share with me and then we'll make it happen.
So, which am I doing? A hello at Creatorwood?
Yes. Yes, exactly. So Mia, you just shared it?
Yeah, it's
Amazing. Do. Let me
all
go in
pictures.
here. And then I'm in real time, we're gonna build out a new feature because I should have anticipated that I might be doing it on my screen versus yours. But I don't currently have any permissions to see film generated. So we will go to the step of generating the film, and then I am hopeful we can pull up some magic and have it built that I can see the film. If not, we'll figure out plan B.
Okay.
Because normally, like it's kind of like a security thing to only see the film in your account. Like we just implemented it, but like we're like, nah, let's not do that. So, um, okay. Message me. Um, sorry, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna test this feature out live as we do this. Okay, great. So let me do this. And then I'm just testing if I think we just built that feature because let's test it. Cool. Great. Uh, I just did. Great. Cool. Nice. Now your car number 6,
Yes.
is that it? Amazing. Let's dive in. Oh, and Paul says check your microphone, Mia. Your volume is very quiet.
Yeah.
I would actually agree with that. It probably is pretty quiet. Steven, we're working on it. Uh, that's yeah, I mean, reach out to our support so we can check on the back end what was sent to Google. It shouldn't be anything
I'm
like that, but we're working on that. So please reach out to support. This is a short-term thing, like I said, like we're gonna be continuing to try and loosen up these restrictions, but in the meantime, there are workarounds we can do, and other places we can route things to. So just reach out to us and we'll handle it from there. Steven, you're going to go to the movie machine. I'll show you exactly how to upload. Let me share my screen right now. Well, before we dive into your show, Mia, we'll do a little test, which by the way, the characters look beautiful. Uh,
better. My audio better.
yes, I better for me. We'll see what the comments say, but definitely better for me. Here's what we'll do. Let me refresh. Steven, I think it was you who was having trouble uploading. First of all, make sure that you have a creator account when you go to your profile account. Next is you should, if you have a creator account, see Movie Machine at the top. Click Movie Machine, excuse me. Then click Create, and then upload your story, set the style preset you want, and you're ready to go. Um, Now, Mia, let's dive into your story. So, uh, well, I guess first, maybe like walk me through like what are you even thinking right now as you look at all this?
First of all, the characters from my description came out absolutely perfect. Um, these are actually real people. The story is written about real people,
Oh,
so
wow.
the characters came out very similar to the actual characters, the real people. And the reason I asked that question earlier about does the image have to be straight on for the AI to be able to generate it properly? Because I was going to actually use the real people's pictures, but I don't have pictures good enough, so these will do fine. The first thing I saw here was our narrator is actually Heidi. So when I ingested it, I see that it made two different characters.
Yeah, we're aware of that. What we're gonna be adding pretty shortly, we added the ability for you to add a character, add the ability for you to be able to merge characters. You can
Oh,
merge the narrator with
okay.
Heidi.
Yeah, all of Heidi's narration. is just her voice off screen, so you never see the narrator. And perhaps I probably didn't do that correctly in the
No, no,
script.
no. This is something where, I mean, A, like we're aware of that, so we want to improve it, but we're also like, if we just let you merge characters anytime this happens for any reason, it'll solve it. So that feature will be added. As folks know, we're in beta, so it's tough to say when exactly it'll get added, but definitely in the next week or two. Like that's a high priority for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I it's
That's,
amazing what it came up with just my character,
and
and
then
what I thought would look good. And it did pretty good. I will say, like,
this one's
the
weird.
interior, that one is a little weird.
Yeah.
Um, the first or the second image there of the interior of the car, it's a little difficult to get it to understand exactly. I wanted just the side of the driver's side to be shown, and then
That's
whip
better.
over until later on you'll see the actual narrator, which is Heidi, sitting in the passenger side. So, but as far as like what it came up with my instructions, it's amazing.
Did y'all see how
And-
quickly I fixed this one too, by the way? I literally just pressed that regenerate button, gave it another shot. This was the first try. This was the second try. The biggest thing to know about AI for everyone here is it's probabilistic. It is never, I repeat, never going to give you exactly what you want first try, but sometimes all you have to do is click regenerate and it nails it. I mean, is this better, you'd say? I mean, I think it's definitely better than this one.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All I did took me 1 second, y'all. Just press that button. This is obviously on the Creatorwood piggy bank, by the way. I'm not charging you for what I'm doing right now. This is literally it's literally coming out in real time from us, not you. As a thank you for being live. So okay, this is really cool. Let's check out the storyboard now. Walk me through what you're thinking here, and obviously we're going to generate a scene together. We can start with scene one. We can start with any scene you want. But yeah,
Well,
put
the first scene was just the title card, so it's not really
sure.
probably interesting. But the second one is the interior of the car scene, and that one has an unique camera swivel, which I am anxious to see what it does with that, because it's supposed to show Tom, who is driving in the car, and then swivel around and show Heidi, who is actually narrating. So I'll be curious to see what comes of that.
Yes. And then wait, I just got a message that recording is off, so I'm gonna pause and just make sure. Because it's still recording on my end, folks. Thank you for who elevated that, by the way, because I am paranoid, but it still says recording on my end. So fingers crossed. Nothing's changed. Sorry for the interruption. I was like, if I have to handle this right now, if that's actually an issue, but we're good. Let's go back. Okay, here we are.
Okay. So yeah, I'm anxious to see how it handles the swivel part, because I was very explicit in the details when I was writing it. So hopefully it understood me. And this
Yeah.
is why I wanted to start with this one, because the other one was mostly done and this one is brand new.
So you wrote this and with like the intention of like bringing it into the movie machine, and you actually
Yes.
are like
Yes.
way happier with what that did after you went and saw what it does. This is so interesting. Um, that's so cool. It makes sense. I mean, like I mean, like, yeah, I can kind of think on the back end, like how we organize data and then pull it. And I'm like, yeah, like you could probably hack that. We're still too early where like I'm not trying to share like the guide to writing for the movie machine necessarily because we're trying to make it work for different formats. But if anyone gets something that they don't like, I mean, do reach out to us because A, like it's not like it's one way to write. We are trying to build it so it works with different styles and different formats, different everything. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that like you figured out after seeing intuitively you figured out how to do it. So we're trying to build this in collaboration with y'all. But I actually that's so cool, Mia. Okay. So is there anything you want to change about these four shots before we generate the start frames, or do you just want to kind of go for the start frames and take it from there?
This is where I have a question. Is this should all be one scene? Like it follows through the whole thing and it never should stop. So what I get confused about when it says shot one, shot two, shot three, is it actually going to cut those, or is it going to follow my instructions of being one solid scene?
So it's gonna
It
think
should
about
be.
it. This is what happens from a technology standpoint. And we had someone ask actually, why can't I just generate a single shot? You can generate a single shot, in the editing phase, which we'll get to. But up front, why we do a full scene at once is because it's not like we're limited by 8 seconds. That's the longest we could generate. We could go up to 10 seconds too, but like, it's relatively short. We can't just film 60 seconds right now. That might change, by the way. But for right now, it's one shot at a time. So to get these shots to be cohesive, what we literally do is feed information from the previous shot as it's being generated to the next shot. And that's how we're able to maintain a bit more consistency. Is it going to be perfect? We'll see. But we really do try and stick to that, which is why we are like based on the scene level, because you kind of have to the we kind of have to feed the information to it at the scene level to even try and get it to be consistent. Now, if you're not happy with a specific shot, you can always regenerate just one specific shot, which is what I'd recommend doing. Like, don't regenerate a full scene. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. You're happy with most of it. Um, so all this to say, yeah, that was the intention, that it's doing what you're thinking. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's the intention.
Okay. All right. So no, there's nothing I would want to change other than like I see from the okay, you're regenerating.
I was
From
moving really quickly. I wanted to like kick the process going. So everyone knows I clicked generate start frames. That costs 40 cents to generate the start frames for this scene. 40 cents like US dollar cents. And we have folks from all over the world here, which I'm so grateful for. And now it'll take a few minutes to generate. I'll get an email when it's done. And I think you should get the email, yeah, excuse me. Um, but we'll see it. So I was like, let's take the process off. But um yeah, so you were saying with these shots.
I was saying about the interior shot of the car in shot one there. You see the it's the interior shot of a Cadillac, an old 50s style Cadillac. And it did a really good job. Um, but I was wondering like how I could explain to it that I only wanted to see Tom who is driving, so it should be framed on his side and then swivel around and get the passenger side. But I'm noticing from the shot here that it's kind of a, a back seat angle shot of the vehicle. Do you see what I'm saying there?
I do, I do. So a few things. What will be most helpful for you. So if we open up this shot, everyone, you can see all the different objects in it. And this is obviously the wheel, and then this is the thing itself. So this would be the object, setting, character. And we use all of this to create your start frame. So what's happening underneath the hood that I know we need to give you access to be able to change. It's just we've been trying to get it reliable enough underneath the hood so that you're like looking at something that's like what we try to do with the storyboards. We're not trying to give you like a mess of a storyboard change. Is what we're actually doing here is this scene is not going to look like this necessarily in the start frame. We'll see, but it's going to be a variant of it based on what you're describing in the shot, right? So we create variants of each shot. That's what we call it. So you can imagine like where we give you access to see that in a way that's like not too complicated. This might be a little more advanced. Some of you might just want to like blow through this quicker. But for you, Mia, who I know like just from your emails and our communication, you have like tons of previous filmmaking experience. Um, the the way that I'd approach this, like the more advanced knob to turn here would be, first of all, this character needs a wardrobe setting, which we're going to add. So there's wardrobe for every scene. And then there's going to be a bit more of a setting on the angles for the object. Right now, this is happening underneath the hood and you can't see it, but we want to be able to surface it to you. So the long story short is if it feels like something's missing, I'm not sure. Like it feels like the storyboard is going to get the right start frame, but I don't know. And it feels a little scary to press the button. I get that. We definitely want to give you even more control at this stage, but that's just so you know how it's working. Um, we're still generating here, which is normal, guys. It takes some time. And also, there's lots of requests flying through the server right now, but um, you can always add a shot too. Did you want to add a shot to any of this, or you felt pretty good about the
No,
shot?
I really liked everything looked great to me. The only thing that I saw was that it had several shots and it should be one fluid continuous shot. But
Yeah.
that's probably on my end, of maybe not explaining
No.
it perfectly.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. It's not necessarily. So how long do you think, if this was one continuous shot, how long do you think it would be?
Would it help if I gave you like what I put into like the script for you to see? Would that help?
It could, but I want to help guide you through because you have a lot of levers you can pull on here. So like how long do you imagine the shot would be? Because I'm trying to understand if it's a limitation,
Oh.
the AI
Oh, it's
filmmaking.
only a few seconds because it's long enough for
So you're thinking these four shots should actually be one shot.
it is one continuous shot. But I
And
probably
that
just
one continuous shot should only be 4 seconds.
maybe well it's long enough for Tom to have one line.
So what's happening here then, right? So like the line happens here.
Uh-huh.
What I would do, and we can do this by the way, is delete all these other shots. We're going to add an archiving function so it doesn't actually get rid of them because I understand you might want to go back to it. But so we're trying to chop up your story into as many like 8 second segments as possible. We're a little more verbose now than we should be, meaning like things if you find yourself deleting shots, that's probably a good thing. So what I would do is take all these camera movements that are happening here and bring it into shot four, and it should be able to do it. It should be able to have multiple movements in one shot. So I'd bring those multiple movements into one shot. And this is something where we're just actively working like, to constantly tweak this so that it's able to more, with a higher fidelity, capture your intent around this should be one shot. But this is where you can go back and like kind of retroactively be like, cool, I'll just delete these shots and then I'll take some of the information from here and edit it into this one.
Okay, that helps a lot because my other one that I started last time, the Beach of Marbles one, um, that one has several shots that should be continuous, and now it's making more sense to me.
Yeah, as long as it's within 8 seconds. This thing is trying to chop things up because we have that 8 second limitation. But I think a lot more can happen in 8 seconds than sometimes it's kind of allowing right or that it's suggesting right now at the storyboard. But you again have full control over it. And in general, I think if you find yourself deleting shots, you're probably doing it right now. But I think our goal, right, is I mean, if you can understand what we're trying to do, is go, oh, these are the shots that are being deleted. Oh, these are the edits that are happening.
All right.
Great.
Yeah.
Now we know that this was the more desired outcome for that shot. Therefore, we can make our system better according to the edits. Up until now, the hypothesis has been if we show you more, meaning we're verbose in our shots, yes, you should cut back. But then we can see what you're cutting back because it's way easier to cut back and condense than it is to expand. And we can then get more better data on it's easier for you to delete and condense than it is to add. And that's a more like easier process for us. So we're literally, I mean, if you think about it, like we're literally doing some things on this to try and train our AI better and how we do it. So that's what this is. Like literally, I will look at and be like, not like me myself probably, but we'll be able to at scale see every shot change on our platform and then be able to make it better because of it. So it's sort of a long game, but what we're asking for, I mean, in the beta stage, it's kind of like, well, first of all, I mean, nothing else exists even close to this on the market. So we're going to be able to make it a lot better. It's really cool. But like if you find yourself making changes, that is A, expected, and B, like you're basically making this better for everyone because we're just seeing every single time it's changing and then what we can make better for future things similar to that. So it's pretty cool.
All right. Very cool.
We do the same thing with the viewers, by the way. When viewers watch things on the platform, that's another way for us to be able to tell what is good or not, and then be able to feed that back into it's called like reinforcement learning. So we can run all of that. So this is effectively like a huge data machine. And a lot of these like little tweaks, there's sometimes a method to the madness. Like the method to the madness here is like, how do we capture more data with higher fidelity? Like it's easier for us to like be able to tell like it's easier to tell AI like delete happened, bad job, edit happened, bad job versus like when you are constantly adding new shots, it's harder for the AI to then imagine what those added shots are. So some of these things are literally designed to be able to like us to be able to train AI to be able to say good job, bad job, and make it way better. Over time, this is not like going to happen in a week, but over the course of months, I think you will see like, wow, like this just got a lot better. It's like, yeah, that was supposed to happen. It's almost like going from like black and white film to color film, like as an analogy, like we're probably at the black and white stage of AI where it's like, oh yeah, we can throw people in theaters and they'll like it, but like color is so much more engaging. Most of the time, mind you, black and white films are very engaging. But I want to view it similar to that. It's almost like we're just getting started, like or like when remember when the frame rates per second were like you literally had the film reel and it's like the 15 rates per second your eye can kind of see, and then you finally get to that 60 FPS where it's, you can't even tell that it's just a bunch of pictures flying through. Because those who don't know, video is basically just 60 pictures tied together, right? A second, and our eyes can't recognize the difference. We're like at that, some of that stage is like where we're at with AI. That's not the best analogy, but the analogy is we're early in the filmmaking technology, and this is going to get a lot better.
I don't doubt it. Just what I'm seeing already is amazing.
So these shark frames, if I refresh, I bet are generated. Although I love these conversations. Oh, I bet my co-founders. The problem is we have multiple people using the Creatorwood account right now. We need to make it so that this won't be a problem you have. I'm constantly being signed out because other people are signing into the account on the team, and we need to make it so that that doesn't happen for us. It's a good security thing, but it's probably not helpful when I'm live with you all. But um, let's go in back here, back to this, and then we'll have our start frames for this one. View your start frames.
I haven't gotten an email yet saying it's done.
You might not have because it was on my account. You shared it with me. These are like some of the little touches that like I don't
Oh,
even.
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I I don't know what happens with that. The team would, but I don't know if I know. Okay, so just as an update, I'm not going to be able to see these videos when it's generated. I'll click, but you will only be able to see them on your account. So I'm trying to figure out how we can do that, just because I don't have the permissions yet. But we're close to building it, so maybe when it's done generating, we'll be ready. But let's edit these start frames first. So first of all, these are like 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 6 second, 6 second shots. I'm thinking you don't want this to be 8, 6, 6, and 6. Maybe it's 4, 4, 4, because that's the shortest we can do, and then 6.
It's actually, I mean, the whole thing is probably maybe 8 seconds long. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
easy.
mean,
But
ideally,
I could,
like, yeah, ideally we would have combined it into one shot, but for the sake of our like show and tell here, do you think, like, because we have 4 shots and the shortest we could do a shot's 4 seconds, make all these 4?
yes, just do them for, yeah,
So
what would you
I will
think?
get a bunch of reps on this. Change to 4, hit
you,
save. Cool. And we just saw the coin price go down. We're now at 73 coins for this. Let's click in again. Let's go to 4 seconds. Cool beans. That should change in a second. Here we go. Cool. We're now down to 66 coins. That actually it didn't decrease earlier. We're saving money and making a better film. This is the magic, guys. This is what I love about it. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. So here, let's look very carefully here. We can see if we open up, because the start frames are if you have a start frame that's not consistent, do not expect the video to be consistent with everything else, right? If the start frame's consistent, most of the time the video is consistent. There'll be some weird stuff here and there because it's AI and it's probabilistic. But I can tell some of the inconsistencies here. Wardrobe's pretty good, but this one is not the same, right? We could tell this is the same shirt as this. So like shot like 1, 2, 3, and 4 look like roughly the same shirt, although we can see here this has stripe patterns that are different. And this shot 2 is totally off because he also has like a little bit of a scruff there, a little bit more scruff here, but this is closer. But there's no scruff here at all. Like this looks like a different person. Like shot 2 and shot 1, he looks like a different person. So let's fix this. So what we can do is open this one up. Actually, I won't even open up this one. I'll open up probably this one, shot 4. It's a pretty good image of him. Although then I need to change. Yeah, but shot 4 is the best image of his face. So let's do shot 4. I'm gonna click save here, and then we'll do 4. Cool. So I just saved this to my computer. Why did I save this image to my computer? Again, we're gonna make this editing even easier, y'all. But like what I'm doing is trying to save this frame so I can now use this as a reference frame to create a new version of shot 2. So I now click into shot 2. If I click edit, I'm going to upload shot 4 into shot 2 to then be like, fix this using shot 4 as a reference. And we'll see what it does. It's not guaranteed it'll work, but this is what we do. Can you change this character's wardrobe and face to match this reference image? So we will now click edit and watch, or wait, I should say. as the new version is generated. And then,
Now, quick for you.
yeah, what's that?
Um, he is actually supposed to be the driver,
Cool. We can change that again. Yeah,
and Heidi should be the passenger, which I don't know why she's.
great. So let's go here. Can we make the man the driver, Heidi the passenger? Let's start with one side at a time. I'm just for folks who weren't here earlier. I'm just afraid. Oh, wow, that's weird.
Oh,
So, uh, they should both be in the same seat, side by side. Uh, the man should be in the driver's seat. Same, both same row. The man should be in the driver's seat, and Heidi should be in the passenger seat. Try this again. The chat's blown up. I will get to the chat, y'all.
so this was happening to me on my last one, where it when I would hit go ahead and edit, it wouldn't bring up the newly created image like it's doing right now. It's until I got out of it, went to a different scene, and then went back into it,
Yeah, it's uploading
and it
issue.
would be there.
Yep. Yep. We'll adjust that. We'll adjust that for sure. These are the little kinks of beta I'm seeing because I've also had this issue, by the way. Um,
Yeah, see there it is.
oh, see, it's still doing. This is so weird. So what I'm gonna do is save this one as a reference image
Uh-huh.
because this one at least got it right, but
Yeah.
it just got that character on it wrong. So I'm gonna save this as a reference image and then try again because it just doesn't seem to be understanding what I'm telling here. All right, let's go back. And again, one thing I'll say to everyone is we're gonna give this a good shot. This is what we're here to do together. But if you can't get it to be perfect, that's okay. I mean, mind you, like I'm not telling you to settle for things, but if it's like super, super frustrating, you're like, well, is this crucial to the story? That's when you have to kind of adapt it. Mind you, we want to know every time you can't get it to be the way you want. But it's just like in film, like you don't get every shot to be what you want to look like. Like, like it's just the nature of the beast. So what we'll say here is, can you switch these characters' positions and have the woman in the passenger seat and man in the driver's seat? That you see, and everyone here can now see live, like how I would approach troubleshooting process. I also want to be super clear, like one thing, which is very true. I am not an expert at this tool. No one is. This is literally super new. And we're all learning together. And I also probably won't be the best at using it. Like on a given day, like I use this thing a lot, but I already know some of you who are using it more than me. Like we've had people use this 10 or 12 hours since we launched. Collectively, which is amazing. So like you all are going to be learning a lot more than me. And my job is to shepherd this whole thing forward and manage the team and all this. But like, you guys are gonna become experts at this. And my job is just to make sure that like you have the power to do what you want. Um, so we can see here again. Oh, there we go. I got it.
Nice.
That was fun. Cool. See, we did it. We did it. It is a good feeling when you get it. It's like, oh. So all this to say, like making movies with this, you can do as one person. It's incredible. It doesn't have to take 1,000 hours, that's for sure. But it's not going to be like an hour you have a movie. I hope everyone gets that now. Like you're not going to leave with an hour movie. I would expect for like every minute of finished film, maybe you're spending 20 minutes on it. Maybe you're spending 30 minutes, maybe even up to an hour on it. But if you think about it, like you can make a whole film for like maybe 20, maybe 20 to like 100 hours seems like a wide range. But especially in the beginning, it might take longer because you're dealing with playing around with this tool. Kind of like, again, it's like you're playing with like iPhone 1. iPhone 4 is coming. iPhone 4 is better. But, you know, it's still all possible. So that's great. I'm happier with this now too. And we're all learning together, which is awesome. So we got, oh, here we go. Make sure I select the right shot here. Learning lesson for me. We got to make sure we got the shot we want and then we click save. There we go. Which, by the way, if y'all like, let's say I actually say, oh, I did all of that. I prefer this first shot, right? I prefer her in the driver's seat, which we don't. But let's say I can click save back to that one. Now we're gonna go back to the good one here. Let me pause, Mia, because I'm sure people have questions, and I also want to catch them in the chat because I see there's some chat I've missed. And then let's return back. Because I hope people are enjoying this live process. And I mean, honestly, like I know we had people email in about a Discord group. Like I honestly think like I'm gonna be hosting weekly office hours, by the way, as an output from this. But I literally think like what would be really cool and what some of y'all are gonna do is like we're both making children's books, we're both making romance stories, we're both making horror movies. Like let's learn together. Let's Zoom once a week. Let's Zoom every day, whatever. And let's like learn this together because this is a creative and collaborative process. Like I don't think you just have to like work in the movie machine alone. Like we have people here. So I want to do what we can as a team to organize that. If that's something you're interested in, just reach out to us at hello@creatorwood.tv. And we can figure out like what you want. Like give me your feedback on would you prefer if we organized it and we did these genre meetup sessions or like kind of format meetup sessions and we kind of you know did it that way? Would you just want to be purely community generated? And like if you have want to take initiative, we can share it with folks. It's whatever you want, but um I think there's a lot of value in going through this together and that we can. So anyways, let me go through these questions. Okay, yeah, Joe, let's give Joe the rundown. So for everyone here, go to creatorwood.tv. Beta is open to all of you here. We're not like going to go into a public beta. We're super public yet. Well, all right. Let me tell you a secret. You guys might realize that if you go to creatorwood.tv, there's nowhere asking you for like a specific email or an access code. We did low key just decide we're gonna open it up to everyone, but I'm not telling everyone it's open for like several, maybe like a week, maybe 2 more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks. We'll see. So I'm not telling everyone it's open, but it's open for y'all and it's technically open for anyone. So you just have to go to creatorwood.tv. This is why like there's no landing page yet. It like looks a little janky. It's like you kind of need to like be told, hey, it's open. Because it's not like a welcoming front door yet. We'll do that when we're ready to like have a more public open beta. Right now we're in a closed beta. We've let in about 10% of actually we've let in less than 5% of the wait list. Counting all of y'all, we're probably at like 7 or 8% of our wait list with the folks who are live here and showing up. So that's great. So we'll probably have like 10% of our wait list, maybe 11% invited in by like the next couple days here. And I'd love to invite everyone in as soon as possible, but honestly, I'd rather just onboard people over time so our support team doesn't get super overwhelmed and we can learn through some things. I think that's that question, the mandatory. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. Andrew's got it. Andrew's got the right mindset. Mind you, I would love for it to not take long. Um, yes, no, we're gonna generate the video. That's the next step here. The big question now is um, when we're ready to press the button. When we're ready to press the button. So, do you feel like we're ready now? Mind you, like you might make some more tweaks on your own, or do you want to make any more changes, Mia? It's your film. You are on mute, Mia. You are still on mute, Mia. I cannot hear you. Uh, Dave wants to press it. I need to get Mia's permission before I press it. Uh, oh, the host won't allow. Oh, I got it. Oh, that's weird. Oh, here, try now.
Okay,
Okay.
now you can hear me. Okay, so since shot 2, 3, and I can't see 4 in the screen right now, but they have them on the wrong side of the car. Is that going to cause an issue?
The scene, shot 3.
Shot two, what is it? 2, 3, and 4, they're all on the wrong side of the car again. So is that going to cause an issue?
We should change it. So can we move him to the driver's seat? Just we'll do it. We'll make these edits. Uh,
Like you said, should we delete most of the scenes and just leave in the voice?
well, we can't see if this is on Quickbit's dime. You might as well just see what it does. Your incentive, I think, would be to like save money. But you might as well just see what happens. You can't can't hurt you, so it'll be
Right.
fun for us to see a little more.
Right.
Yeah, YouTube channel is Creatorwood TV. We don't own Creatorwood.com. I've been trying to buy it from them. So if anyone wants to convince them, they can make a lot of money if they want me to buy Creatorwood.com. But it's a whole other conversation. S- sorry we don't own Creatorwood.com yet. We will. We will. There's great people who own it. They just don't want to sell it, which you know how that is. We'll have to pay a lot more to the line. That's okay. Let's move him to the driver's seat. And also, these are like instructive things too for like in your storyboards now. Like we kind of just ran with the storyboard, but you can be a little bit more descriptive of where you want things to be because it will influence the start frame before you press generate. So, okay, we're shot one, I think is looking good. Shot two, I think is looking good. Shot four, I think is looking good. I think shot three is weird because she goes from like next to him to behind him. So maybe we put her next to him? Question
Yeah.
mark? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Now, is uh okay, well, in shot two, it looks like he is now driving in the UK because he's on the
Oh,
right.
really? Okay, that's good. Um, let's change that too. Let's change that too. Um, that's funny. That's funny. Uh,
Because I was wondering like uh yeah, because he's on the other side of the car now. So I'm wondering like
oh
was
yeah, these two are both the UK-ish.
yeah, like I guess I needed to be more descriptive in my writing. I tried to be as descriptive as I could to see if that helped, and it did help with the creation of the scenes and the characters. But placement of things, I think I need to work on being a little more descriptive in that area.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't
Totally.
even think about the sides of the car. It didn't even
Yeah,
dawn on
no,
me.
I didn't either. I'm like, this is the funny thing. It's like if you think about like AI, this is why like people say like AI is gonna take over the world. Like maybe, but I don't think so. It's really impressive what it does, right? But it's like a super dumb intern. Like, come on, you would think, and honestly, you might not even think to describe it like that. And this is where I think Creatorwood can be really generative, is we can start to suggest edits for you so that you have to think less about even how to instruct your dumb AI intern. But like for now, like again, these are like all you're in a powerful Ferrari with amazing engine that has like an inside that's like, where are the seats? So that's Creatorwood right now. So I think that is coming, but let's change it. So let's say here, can you switch the driver side to reflect a vehicle in America? I don't know. I'm literally I've never prompted an AI this before, so I know the trick to doing this. To be clear, like, and what's very exciting about like everything y'all are doing is like it's probably like the first time someone's asked an AI in context to do what you're doing. Like no one's done like really though.
I-
So let's see, did it change anything?
Let me ask you, like, in this particular section here, uh, would it help to have camera descriptions in this section?
Yeah, this is something we're gonna add. Like we need to build this out a little bit more in terms of the bells and how you can adjust this, right? Versus just being like a blank text input. Like these are the things we can do to help you think through this. Like, this isn't coming out how I like, maybe I should adjust the camera angle, right? So these are the things that will come out with. But what I'm actually going to suggest now is that we do adjust the camera angle. I'm thinking if we come at it from the other angle, that it could do better. So I guess we would say, I'm not like a filmmaker by trade necessarily. So I guess we would say like the camera, how do you describe them? Yeah, you're the pro here between me and you.
Well, wait, what are you suggesting that we switch it
I
to?
think this
Here?
one, it doesn't seem to be happy with the American. Like meaning
Okay,
like that didn't
that's
do anything.
so
So
make
I'm
it
trying to
on.
think if we switch sides the cameras on, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. You can totally make it UK. That's fine with me. Um,
Oh, no, I'm saying we could actually switch the angle of it. You know what I mean? Where we could switch that the camera right now is like looking at the left side of his body. Can we make it look at the right side of his body?
yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah,
fine.
maybe that. Um, can we change the camera view to be from the right side rather than the left side? I there might be a better way to describe that, by the way, folks. And yeah, there might be. But that's how I'm thinking about it. So I think we'll go for it. You don't there's sort of like the filmmaker terms that like I mean, I come from like a storytelling business and tech background, and I've like edited YouTube videos. So like this is not like I don't know filmmaking jargon, and I don't think you need to, but I think it can be helpful. Like for instance, that didn't do anything for us. If we're seeing like it's like, oh,
Well,
okay.
wait, did it? Did it though? Because once again, it could have just not shown you. Because this has happened to me before, where it doesn't show it down there in those little thumbnails until I click out of it and go back into it, and then it shows me it's down in the bottom.
No, I think it's there. Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Well, here, let's get even more instructive. Can we move the man and the steering wheel from to the left side of the seat and have the right side of the seat be empty?
Try that. Let's give that a whirl. On the other one that I was doing yesterday, the Beach of Marbles, I was having a very difficult time getting it to understand the plane of a surface of water. And so I went it to ChatGPT and had it help me, and that helped tremendously.
Yeah, well,
Getting
actually, but I'm going to
another
suggest,
AI.
yeah, what we need to do right now for sure is upload a reference image of someone on the, like, we need to basically upload a reference image of like the left side of a vehicle, right? Like,
Well, in the first scene, the first shot, it has it on the right side.
let's go for it. Let's use that as a reference
It's
image.
there.
So let's open this up. Save. Actually, I think, yeah, save. Great. And then, oh, we got booted out a
Oh,
little
we're
bit.
back in the wrong. Yeah, there you go.
Well, we'll get back there quickly. There we go. So, reference images are your friend. When you don't, when it's not doing what you want, default to reference image. Um, okay. So, what would I like to change? Just like, I would say like, I mean, make make the camera angle closer to
Mm-hmm.
this
Try that.
reference. See what happens. And now, what I'm wondering is if they chuck her in. That might be interesting, which maybe is not a bad thing. This is where you go like, what is AI gonna think?
Yeah, it's like six of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah,
But
yeah. The
this
whole point though in playing around. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. That's definitely not gonna work. So then we just say, like, uh, can we make the camera angle an image similar to the reference, but remove Heidi? I'm just gonna go for it.
great.
Too. This is like this y'all is like the sort of section where it's like, you know, this feels annoying, but it's so much better to nail this and pay for shots you like than pay for shots you don't like. Yeah, this is still giving us issues.
I actually found it not annoying, just
It
it was
becomes kind of a
being
new little art form.
descriptive. Yeah, exactly. It was making me having to be much more descriptive, which, it helps in writing. You can get an AI to understand you, then I think you're doing pretty good.
And then our goal is just to continue trying to bridge the gap between humans and AI so that we can understand your intentions more, which I don't want to make it sound like we'll solve that problem in a couple days, but like, but
Right.
that's the idea. Oh, I didn't type that. That was bad. Let's go back. It's going to generate. I forgot to copy and paste some part. Um, let's just see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with this one, but we're going to try it again because I have a new kind of thought. Okay. Okay. Okay.
She
There's not,
definitely has a.
yeah, it's closer to the first one. That one's crazy. That one's absolutely absurd. But let's go back here. Can we make this image reflect as if this action is happening? So I'm taking the action from the storyboard and I'm copy and pasting it in to try and remind it that like this is actually what we want happening in the start frame, right? Um, all the different strategies. And again, our goal is to ultimately like decrease the gap between what's required to get the film you want and this. I've seen like as well, like mean, basically working with AI to me feels like it gets you 90% of the way there, and that final 10% can take some time. It's still way faster and cheaper than doing it all yourself, but like that final 10%, like I don't want to underscore. So let's see what happens here. I don't think it generated the new image that time. Let's refresh. Um, do do do. And we will generate this video, everyone. Your waiting will pay off. This is better.
Yes, very much
Yeah.
better.
All right, y'all. We got it. We got it. Um, well, we could just, for the sake of show, press go now. But I think we probably would want to adjust shot 2 and 3 a little bit more too, right?
Or, like you said, we could delete shot 2 and 3 and change the
Let's do it.
change
Delete.
to see what happens, because it should. I mean, is it now? This was a question I had for you directly. Was is it now going to go back to the script, the director's notes portion?
Yeah.
Uh,
We're
and
changing
and
start frames to live inside of the storyboard because we realize it's confusing. We take both the storyboard and the start frame, and then that's what's becoming the video. So you editing the storyboard is going to directly affect what happens in the video. So now if we go back to the storyboard here, we have these 2 shots here. And we can now click in and say, what do we want to change? So given this is what influences the start frame. So we don't need to worry about this. What we want to think about is this. So let's think, because I want to press the button, we will, but I also like, we might as well do it right, right? So Mia, action, wide shot of the old 50s Cadillac interior, cruising through the French Quarter streets of New Orleans,
yes,
right?
no, yes, exactly.
No dialogue.
No dialogue yet, and there was the narrator should be speaking over part of it until Tom actually speaks.
So we'll call this internal. It's internal monologue, or um, I guess we could say narrator voiceover. That's better. So, because it's a different, is the narrator different from,
The narrator is Heidi.
cool. Okay, so Heidi, um, so narrator voiceover, and this is, this will be very actually a good learning experience for everyone. So narrator voiceover, let's call it that. Dialogue. What do you want the voiceover to be?
Uh, the time had come to meet his parents.
The time had come to meet his parents.
Yeah. Understanding my anxiousness, Tom turned obligation into an adventure by suggesting. And that's when he speaks his line.
Cool. Camera notes. How does this feel?
Static, wide angle shot capturing the entire car interior and passing cityscape. Yeah, that's pretty good. The last
My
one.
folks, this was all what the AI did this. We just entered on that. The AI did this. And then
Yeah.
how about sound cues, which is going to ultimately affect that background music and audio.
Yes, that's exactly what I had written in my notes.
Okay, so let's save. Okay. I am excited. So this first shot's looking good. Maybe we double check this second shot.
Yeah, that's look at
See
that one.
here. So Tom looks over to Heidi with a confident and inviting smile as he suggests an alternative travel plan. Okay. How about we skip the drive and take the Amtrak instead, or train instead? Spoken, medium close up with Tom's face, um, with slight handheld movement to capture warmth and spontaneity. Tom's voice, soft and inviting. Background, rockability tune continues softly. Car engine hums steadily.
Score.
Okay, everyone, we're going to press the button now. And then I'm going to answer some questions and we're going to learn a bit together. So let's generate. We're generating. Now, to set expectations here, think 10 minutes is what it'll take. It could be faster, but if we just say 10 minutes, it'll probably be ready. So I will We will be back in tune soon. Um, and if you're okay with me, I'll keep you up here. And we're gonna have time to go through at least two more folks, by the way. So don't worry if folks are like, I want to go. You're gonna be able to go. But it's better to like dive deep and really do this together than not. So, I'm gonna answer some of the questions that are coming up, and then what I want to see. Um, I think did we do it? Fit. Uh. 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 Cool. Okay, great. I think we just changed it so I can now view your videos when they're done being generated. Fingers crossed. That's the goal. So we'll prep for that in a moment. But let's for now go through some of these questions. Okay. Okay. Does it cost coins to hit characters? Yeah, it costs one coin. If you bring in your own image, it doesn't cost anything, but it costs one coin. As of right now. Joseph Klug says, "What if you do a Discord community and let modders report questions and be the go-to for Discord and you for Zoom?" Yeah, I mean, totally. Like to be clear, like our support team is gonna always be here for like platform issues, but I think it's just great to like bring people together who are trying to pursue like what is ultimately a new creative medium. So, I would love to like be involved in that. Whoever wants to help lead the Discord, it's great. And I would also love like if someone's taking whatever the leadership role is, if someone's going to take a leadership role and wrangling the community together, I definitely want to make sure we find a role for you here because we need a community manager, and it's probably best they come from the community. So great. Tom sits behind the wheel. Okay, yeah, I like it. Drunk intern, mirror image. But you're right. Property takes time. Totally agree. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So Hugh, we can build out our own small models on top of it. I want to be like clear and transparent about how Creatorwood works. We don't just build all of the AI from the ground up. As I mentioned earlier, I think we were talking about this with the sort of restrictions we were facing. We work with other video models. We work with other audio models. We work with other large language models like ChatGPT, for instance, or Google's Gemini to do all this. We work with anywhere between 5 and 10 providers per each story. And the as I mentioned before, we literally are making 5,000 plus requests just at processing on your behalf. So if you were to do all the work we do in processing, you'd literally have to make 5,000 distinct prompts because that's literally what we're doing. And then try to display it to you in an easy format. So what we need to be doing over time is investing in building our own smaller models on top of the existing models to fill things in. OpenAI is literally a $500 billion company. I have grand ambitions for Creatorwood, but come on, we're not going to be able to build the best AI in every little subset in the world. Our goal is to take all the best AI from everyone else and channel it all to make great movies. It does not make sense for us to build everything from the ground up. That's just dumb. That's not how things should work. So, um, when you ask that question, that is how our partners understand it to be. And honestly, AI does a decent job at it. If you use filmmaking language, you will actually go further oftentimes. I want to be clear. But if it's not perfect, these are instances where we can build smaller models, think like our own fine tuning on top of it. For us to go build out our own models and do all of that would require a capital investment that would probably make movie making not a viable business for us. We'd have to like go after a much bigger opportunity to make a return on that, which is no need for it. And the technology is just getting to the place where players like us can build on top of what other people have to make this all possible, cheaper, faster, better, etc. Think about it like if you're an app on the App Store, why build the App Store, right? You are an app on the App Store. We are an app in the world of AI. That's a good way to think about it. So we benefit from two things: us making our app better, and two, the App Store getting better. Both of which will happen, which is where if you all have been involved in like using other software tools in the past, I don't want to like overpromise here, but we'll probably get better faster than a lot of these other tools have in previous generations of technology because we benefit from every single AI update that happens ever. All these updates you see in the tech news, we benefit from, and we directly integrate them into our product and keep up with it. And then we also make our own changes and updates. And a lot of it's more usability based now and how we work directly with other people's AI. Eventually, we'll be able to build our own things to solve these issues, but oftentimes we might not need to. The models will just get better too. So Yeah, it's a very interesting space. That's just giving you some like look under the hood of like, why does it work like this? It's like you Creatorwood's really amazing, but it can only exist right now, I guess is the point, you know? It can only exist right now. Um, Tom, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm reading in between when I can. Uh, if a character is aging or otherwise changing, can you set yes? So Casey, right now, uh, that'll be a little hard, but variants for like wardrobes, variants will also happen for like how characters look too. So that's a great point, Casey. So yes, that'll be coming shortly. For now, you can upload different reference images for each start frame to get the same effect. Just will take more time than if we did it for you. So we'll do that. Um, Giacomo Glad. First of all, I have a great chance, time, sorry, at the concert. Um, uh, if we're creating a series, can we create a channel title and create each a title for each episode under that title? Yes, you can. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Um, no, so Paul, you create the project first, right? Then you own the file. You can upload it anywhere in the world. You can share it anywhere. It's yours. You have full rights to it. If you want to upload to Creatorwood, we will make the one-click upload between the Move Machine and the platform easier, but then you'd upload to the streaming platform Creatorwood, and I'll show you this. We'll get to we'll get to the videos in a second, but I guess to do a little cliffhanger here and show you guys something useful. If you want to create a show on Creatorwood, it's pretty simple. We're going to get to it more in the distribution stage, but all you do is you have your Creatorwood account here. You click shows. Now, for right now, you need to set up for Stripe payout because we need to be able to pay you for you to be able to create shows. We're taking that away so that you don't have to have payout set up to be able to create a show. But very importantly, if you want to charge for a show, you do have to set up for it because we can't take money and not be able to pay you. Right? That would be really bad. So you can create a new show right here. You can make it, show title, description, thumbnail. You can set pricing so that you can do it show level or episode level, up to you. Episode level is you can make some free, some paid. Show level is just one price for the overall show. Then if we go back to shows here, yeah, we don't need to save changes. Um, Episodes, you can easily add new episodes, and there you go. And then if I have this as a free show, but if this show is paid, you'd be able to pay for it. Set it up for payment. We'll be adding a lot more to this side of the platform too, but it's there when you're ready. I anticipate it's going to take time for you all to be ready for this, but it's there. And we're going to keep improving it. And you don't have to use it either. You can use anything to distribute your films. Hell, if Netflix wants to buy your AI phone, I would be over the moon. Over the moon. All that's great. Um, I don't have connections at Netflix. I should be super clear. I don't have an inside door to Netflix. But anything you want to do. So that's the answer to that question. So yeah, I think I answered that, Paul. Um, we're not done with the training, Rodney. Don't worry, we're not done. My script is uploaded. Okay, Steven, we're gonna do you next. Maybe you can share with hello@creatorwood.tv, and then we'll do you next, and then I believe we have Kimberly. I actually don't know, Tom. They have a lot of ingest requirements. Tom, me's promising you to the odds of you getting on Netflix are so small, you might as well win the lottery, unless Netflix changes their business model or lets in more shows. Like the chances of that are super small. Go for it. But I we can talk further another day. I feel like me diving deeper into Netflix is like the false promise of all false promises. Like that's probably not going to happen. I say that not to be pessimistic, but to be real. Like it might happen for one of you, but like it's probably not. I've also the reason I say this is again because like so many people will make false promises, and I just hate that. So, anyways, let me see if we can do this. Uh, I just heard, by the way, that our system right now is having some trouble giving out some of you coins. We will get to all of you, but if you haven't gotten it this moment yet, just wait. It's coming. I just got that message. We're working on it. It's with people who signed up with email and password rather than Google account, which is weird, but we're fixing it. You'll get your coins 100%. Just give us some time. Um, okay, great. Let's now see this video. Let me do go in here. Um, and we'll share my screen. And it should be live that I can do this. This is the first time I've ever looked at a video in someone else's project because we just built this feature as a result of what we're just doing right now. So, so I'm optimistic, but we'll see how it works. Hopefully I can see it is the point. Um, Looks like I can. All right, y'all. All right. Let me export this because you all seeing it now are not going to be able to get the full experience because to share a video through Zoom correctly, I need to I realize I can't share the web. I need to share with you the actual file. So I'm going to Mia, you'll get this. I'll send this to you. But well, also you have it. Who am I kidding? But
Actually, I don't see it. Where does it show up when it's done rendering?
you don't see on your end. Let's go through that in a second.
That's one.
Let's see about watching it now. And let me know if y'all can hear the audio well through the Zoom. I can do it fastest right now if I do it this way. So let me make it full screen.
Okay, never mind. I found it. It's in the actual editor. I had to click on the editor.
Yeah, and we got to make it a little bit easier to navigate. 100%. That's coming. It's definitely coming. All right, let's hit this
Well,
button.
the characters look great.
Yeah. So one thing I want to call out because it's been mentioned today and it's 100% true is like photorealistic is it's kind of photorealistic, but it's not like super lifelike. So like it's kind of like a tinge of AI. So if you see a tinge of AI, A, that's expected, B, we're working on it. It's like one of those things that like is slightly limitation of where like AI is at right now, but I think we can fix it. Just a lot of these things, it's like we have to spend like a week or 2 weeks like just on that one problem, and I think like we can do it. But I just to call out. But let's watch it, and I have some thoughts. I think I know what's gonna happen, but let's see. Second video didn't generate at all. That's pretty funny. So let's see what happened here. Did the shot fail on the start frame? No, it didn't. So, oh, it only generated one of two shots. Okay, that's interesting. We'll finish it out. So if that first shot, I I don't think it took the internal monologue because the character wasn't in there. So, we have
Oh, because we
that.
could have the first or second and third ones.
Yeah. We have to make that more intuitive. I thought it was gonna happen. The second video just didn't generate, but the audio did. So we're gonna let it generate, and then see what happens right now. Doo-ba-doo. We'll give it some time here. But yeah, and then uh, I would show you guys how to navigate this, but it feels like a little. We're gonna change it, but like start frames are gonna get moved to storyboard, but the scene editor is where you'll see your videos. That's where you expect to see your videos. If you go in there any email you get that like says you generate videos will go straight to it. So yeah. But yeah, let's see. Let's wait till this other one kind of finishes its deal and then uh we'll see what happens here. Do yep. We need to add a loading icon right here. So that's something we're working on. Um Let me go back to the chat here. That's interesting. I share other.
It did a really good job with the scenery going by in the background.
Yeah, no, it has some impressive. Oh, Dave, amazing question. So Dave's question, just to elevate it in the chat, is could there be like a deal with a music broker to stream? Yeah. No, I get it. Like you would be willing to pay a lot to get this type of thing. Absolutely, that's something that we can do and that I'm sure we will do. I can't promise it's on like a short timeline, but here's one thing as well, Dave. You can export the film from Creatorwood. You can bring it into any editing software, DaVinci Resolve, which is free, Final Cut, Adobe. I'm sure you're a pro. I'm sure you know all this. And then you can license that music and still use it. So just because we don't have it doesn't mean you can't do it and still use Creatorwood in your process. There's going to be some of you all. There's going to be like I think four types of people using Creatorwood, and I think it's going to be like four camps always, and it's going to like transition the percentage of people we have using the platform transition between the camps. Just knowing that like we're aware of this and we want to serve all of you. So one segment of people are going to be like testers who then maybe make trailers and short form clips, but who aren't ready to like make full on films yet. And then some of them might over time, but they're not ready yet. And disproportionately, I think that's going to be a large percentage of you now who are just testing out, who are like, I'll make a little scene, I'll use it, it'll be fun. But like, I'm not ready to make a full movie yet. Disproportionately, I have a hunch, I could be wrong, but I think there's going to be another group of people, we'll call it our second group of people, who are like, I'm all in on Creatorwood. I am going to use Creatorwood to like, be my filmmaking process. I've never used any other filmmaking software. I don't even know what editing is. So like, I'm just going to use this ecosystem and like learn it and kind of have this be like the foundation of what I do. Whether you upload to Creatorwood or not, in terms of where you sell your films and monetize them, like this is going to be like full stack creating through this, movies, shows, anything, any genre, all of it's welcome. The third group of people are going to be folks who use Creatorwood but are using Creatorwood to create slightly longer things, but mostly for ways to speed up traditional filmmaking. So for some folks, it's cost effective to get an AI film that's a little wonky for like $1,000, just because if you show that to actors and show that to a director, it makes the filmmaking process, like even just making the filmmaking process 1% more efficient dramatically. That's a great return on something like that. So there will be folks who do that. There'll be folks who share pilots just for the specific, purpose of trying to get traditional funding. And we love that, by the way. Like, I want to support that. And then the fourth group of people are going to be people who use Creatorwood, are all in on AI filmmaking, but Creatorwood is a part of their stack. You're going to still be like using an advanced editor with your own processes. You're going to be pulling in clips from elsewhere and your own things. And it'll be like Creatorwood might be a big or small part of your process, but it's not going to be the full thing. It's just going to be a valuable part of the process, which great is for all of you all. However much you use Creatorwood, that's what you pay and you get the value from it. And we're open to serving all these groups. So I think in your context, Dave, like you're probably in that fourth group. Maybe the third group, you might be doing this to try and use it for traditional filmmaking, but you might be in that fourth group. A very talented AI filmmaker who's going to be using Creatorwood and some more custom tools that are like totally like, like again, more traditional filmmaking software, etc. It'll become a part of your workflow, maybe a crucial part of your workflow, but it might not encompass your entire thing. Over time, I would love to have more and more people in that fourth camp enter the second camp where Creatorwood can be the home for everything, but we're definitely not the home for like all the advanced editing tools right now, or like bringing in custom music and all these things. That's not going to be like in this moment, but I think that'll change pretty quickly. That group of people will probably shift over to two before long. So anyways, that was kind of a rant, but all this to know that like, you don't have to use this platform one way or not. We're aware that people are going to use this a million different ways, and we want to support you. Some of you are creating biopics, memoirs, religious stories. We've had, everything from, people who run nonprofits to stop inner city kids from, having danger moments and things like that, which has been like very interesting and beautiful and amazing. And then we've had moments of like people coming to us who want to make religious films, and we've had people coming to us who are just trying to make, a trailer script to show Hollywood. I mean, like all of it's awesome. Like I don't have any sort of opinion on it outside of let's make it all happen. So that just to show you all that if you're like, oh, am I creating something that's built for Creatorwood? The answer is we're doing our best to make this something that can make all types of films. And I think we have a ways to go to like, we're in beta, right? Ways to go to make that promise truly true. But I think we've gotten a far way there. Okay, so let's refresh here. I think this shot's going to be close to done now. Um, Checking start frames. Cena. Shot's done. All right, people. I ranted a little bit and it worked out perfect. Let's watch it again and then we'll talk. Yes. Yes, Mia. Oh, you're just watching. Okay, okay. Let's go. Oh,
We skip the drive and take the Amtrak train instead.
all right. That second shot is pretty darn good. That first shot,
I'm impressed. Seriously. That I didn't even think of doing it that way, and that works for me.
let me tell you this. The internal monologue is there. It's super low. It's there though. I heard it. I thought it was you talking. It's the internal monologue. So what we want to do here. Okay. Okay. Everyone, that was a 10-second clip with Creatorwood. Mind you, you just got like an absolute masterclass. Thank you to Mia on how to actually use this tool. So mind you, there's still gonna be issues you guys run into, and we're here to help. But like that was thank you, Mia. So that's a pretty solid 10 seconds. I'm probably not gonna regenerate any of these shots, but I'll tell you, this isn't ready just to export, right? So what can we do to make these shots better, and how can Creatorwood help you? So now I want to give the tour of the editor, which We are 5.5 hours in and we're at the editor. This is like what a marathon. So by the way, I'm good. We got 2.5 hours left. I'm still alive. The next thing that I want to talk about, and Mia, feel free, by the way, you can go off camera now. This was great. We're gonna go on to our next person after you. And you can stay on camera if you want, but I'm probably gonna unpin you because I want to talk about where the editor's at. I'm gonna use your story as a showcase. But I want to basically talk about where the editor's at now, some of the limitations you can expect, some of the opportunities, some of the things it allows you to do. And then again, how I'd approach fixing up this clip. So let me go back to share my screen. Yeah, so Joe, to be clear, and this goes to everyone in beta testing, um, we we've really done our best to bring down costs as much as possible across the board. So it's not like we're trying to like really bring that down. What we want to do is make it risk-free. So if you are not happy with your ingest or not happy with your videos, we have like a gentleman's agreement where you can request a refund. We will lose a lot of money on each refund, but the whole idea, if we're like giving you back your coins, you could try it again and all that stuff, because we incur expenses, is we really want to make this good for you. And I'm releasing this now into beta because I believe it's going to be good most of the time. And I'm really excited about that. And the only way we're going to make it better the times it's not is have you all test it out with us. So if you're not happy, this is a gentleman's agreement. You reach out to us and we will do our best to either A, fix the issue, or B, obviously give you your coins back. And some folks have already requested, and we've done everything we can to meet every single request that's come in. Mind you, we are getting over, before this summit, we had 100 emails a day, so we're probably going to get way more than that now. So if it takes us some time to get back to you, like meaning not within an hour, like we're on it though. We're on it. But the thing I want to share is that if you are not happy with your ingest, we will give you back your money, right? All I ask is that you've seen today how AI is not perfect, right? So if you're expecting perfection and then being frustrated, I think that to us, like our gentleman's agreement is like, hey, like it's never going to be perfect. But if you use AI to do this and you're like, this is absolutely terrible, this is unusable, like, yes, we want to make it better. And we want to be able to make it right with you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the same rule applies for video generation. You aren't going to be happy with 100% of your shots 100% of the time. That's like absurd. That's not going to happen. Probably ever, right? There's going to be human involvement and touches you make. But if it's like super weird glitch, the audio is terrible, the video's all off, like we do want to come in and help you. My gentleman's agreement on video is that I would very much prefer if you didn't go through generating a whole movie and then find out you hate it. Like it's one scene at a time. So I think you should probably know after one scene if it's good or not and how the direction is. So that's the gentleman's agreement with y'all is like you can try this risk-free. And I think if it's something you enjoy, I hope it's a price that you feel is very fair. And if it's something that you're like, oh, Michael, this was really bad, like please, like, we're here. We'll make it right. With that said, let's talk about the editor. And I think this is a clip, by the way, that's like pretty decent. I think I'm pleased with this, but it's not perfect. So what can we do to make it better? Well, the answer is at first, the audio is too loud. That background music is crazy loud. So what we can do here is click on it. I clicked on this clip in the editor. I want to be very careful to show you all exactly what I did. You can click on any of these pills. Oh, here we go. I can click on any of these pills and decrease that volume so it's lower. So now we could try playing it again. It's still a little loud, right? Let's just bring it down to 0. Okay. So this is where I have my caveat. The editor is like weird right now. Let me save these edits. Save. The editor is like very new. It's the last part we shipped of the platform, like at the last minute. If you have issues in the editor, there's been multiple times where I am exporting from this editor and editing myself or having our team edit ourselves in like Final Cut Pro or something else. We are rapidly trying to make the editor better. We're literally bringing on a new team member starting tomorrow whose focus is just the editor. All is to say that like the platform's in beta. The editor is like the one part that I'm like, is like, it's early. Like beta, it's like, I think the rest of the platform is like beta, but I'm happy with. Like, I feel very proud to share it with you all. And like, we're going to be able to make it better together. The editor, like, I know needs a lot of work. So there's some glitches here that are just, I know like Troy, I can see him on, he's faced some glitches with the editor. There's people who face glitches with the editor. We're super aware of it. We're fixing it. All this to say though, that like your video is safe. Your video is great. And like, we'll just allow you to make changes to it. But ultimately I would want to make that background audio. Yeah, see, we're like, wow, that was crazy what just happened. Cool. Let's move that back. It's just all like a little bit of a mess. So we would want to make that background audio lower, which we theoretically let you do. It's just a little buggy right now. So we're fixing it. It's just like beta early. The next thing is that speech was there, but it was also too low. So I'd want to make that speech louder, that internal monologue. And that would probably be it. That's probably all I would do. Now, because the editor is early stage, here's some things that we're coming out with. One is the ability to click export and export multiple scenes in one file. Weirdly enough, that's not possible right now. Mind you, that'll probably be possible in a week because like one thing to note for everyone is we didn't even have our team, like development team, like my co-founder joined full time like 2 weeks ago is when he was actually like quit his job. Like we were pretty careful. We knew this was a very weird thing. We didn't want to like risk our own livelihood. I mean, I haven't had a job for a little while, but I've done some consulting. But all this to say that like um we've been doing this mostly like working from like 5 p.m. to like 3 a.m. for like 4 or 5 months, and we've just been able to start moving a lot faster. So uh one thing to say is like we will keep moving. There's a lot of other stuff to deal with in terms of like now that we've launched infrastructure, all these things. So don't expect changes overnight, but like you're not going to wait a month to get a better editor. You're not. We're literally bringing more people onto the team as we speak. The second thing is I want to share my vision for the editor and where we're going because yes, you can export from Creatorwood, that's fine. But what I want to do is build the ultimate AI powered editor. Like you can already do AI powered video, storyboards, and characters. Like we should be using AI everywhere to help you in the editing too, and we will. So one thing that we'll be doing is auto cutting videos. So we'll be using AI to auto cut videos too. Do I have a timeline on it? No. Is it going to happen probably the next couple months? Yes. We'll also be using AI to auto do transitions, essentially like making it smooth, right? So between shots, it's seamless. We'll also be using AI to help you regenerate specific speech. And if the emotion is not how you want it in speech, you'll be able to act it out yourself through speech and use AI to make the speech better. All this is coming. The other thing it will do is obviously fix all the reliability issues in the editor. The first order of business is make the editor reliable so that it's not buggy anymore. It's buggy right now, and we're aware of that. The rest of the platform, like you'll see some bugs, but like the editor's buggy. I'm just being honest. The next thing is we are going to be working really hard to make it so that regenerating, like you can regenerate a clip right now. If I click video and then edit, I can regenerate this video if I'm not happy with it. Just this one video. You can do that right now. That's really cool, by the way. But we want to make it so that I can then upload other reference videos, other reference images, and like really make this regenerate section extremely powerful. Lastly, we want to make it so that you can bring in your own video clips, your own audio clips, and other types of media into the editor if you want. Yeah. So, I mean, ideally, you're pretty happy. Like in this case, this is not terrible. We don't have a ton of work to do. And like it's in pretty good shape, these two clips. But ideally, we want to A, make it so that you have less editing work to do, and B, make the editing work really easy with AI. And all these things are possible. We just have to build them and they'll come. And for now, if you run into issues in the editor in the next couple days, like I ask for your forgiveness because of beta, and we are highly prioritizing it. The second thing is I will be happy to, as much as we have time, like you know, it's a priority for us. As soon as we can, export things for you, fix them up ourselves so that like you're good. So all this to say that like everything will be good. Everything will be good. And that's the one area of the platform that I'm like, we could have literally spent 5 more months making this perfect. But it felt counterintuitive to A, delay launch when we actually need your feedback to make it better. And we also need to like get this out as a community and start testing it and getting more data. But then the third thing was like, you know, sort of this idea that we could literally be in a constant loop of making it better and we'll never be like, it'll always be able to be better. So we have to launch it at some point. And I always edge on the sort of launching it too early rather than too late. And I kind of encourage you all to do that with some of your films too. Like you should launch it. And it's like this isn't perfect. It's a little messy, but like it's there. Like the story's there. And I think for us, the movie machine is there, but there's these little bells and whistles that are coming. And that's how I will close off the movie machine tutorial. We have 2 more folks to actually go through a live demo with. I imagine those will go maybe quicker because I obviously took the opportunity due to Mia's incredible graciousness to like really dive deep with her. And by proxy, all of you. But we've been going now, I blew past the last hour. We've been going like through literally 100 minutes nonstop. So what I'm going to do is take a 5 or 10 minute break now, come back, answer some questions. At the top of the next hour, we're going to do our last 2 examples with Kimberly and Steven, which I'm super excited for. And then we'll transition at the final hour to talking about distribution, talking about marketing, is like the final step in marketing. and talking about what lies beyond the screen. So that's the last thing. Let me now take a little short break. I'm going to get the final freebie link ready because I have a final freebie for all of you here. Yes, a final freebie. There's been two so far. There's a third one coming. I'll remind you of all of them. And then we'll make some movies together. Okay. Um, this was great. I'd love now too, because we only have roughly 2 hours and 20 minutes left, is to hear from all of you all about things that we haven't covered yet that you want to know, because I mean, this has been a lot. I know that. But if there's any holes, I'm trying to be as like transparent as possible, trying to share with you as much as where we're at. This is like the sort of like Creatorwood Summit. Like we're all here together. But if there's anything that I haven't gotten to yet that you want to see, I do want to know. Because this has been a lot of preparation, but also improv. So I'm here for improv for you all. We'll dive into two more movies, and then or two more folks, Stephen and Kimberly, on the movie machine. And then we're gonna dive into the final session to kind of wrap up the day. Final session on marketing, and all these things. Just first want to pause and say thank you all for being here. It like means so much. I think, what was it? 3 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago, I started building software for creators. And I loved my first software company. It's still running it. It's great. But um, I there's been nothing like this. Both the highs, the lows, the challenges. It's immensely exciting. And um, I want to thank you all for being here with us, because it literally like on a daily basis, it's like, wow, like we're doing this. These are the problems we're confronting. And I just want to thank you for the trust that you all have had being here. And I think we have a long way to go to keep earning not only your trust, but the trust of viewers, which is really what this is about. What I want to shift the conversation to in the last hour, which is all about the viewers, right? We wouldn't be doing this. We're not going to be able to create what we create if there wasn't people who wanted to watch. So let me help some of the folks here in the comments for today after the movie machine. Yes, Steven. So let me go first. Yeah, Joseph, you have to re-up on coins once you're out. And Reg, I've told everyone this, but I want to be really clear. We are happy to give anyone back their coins for any reason if the movie machine, whether it's the video, the scenes, they don't meet your expectations. If the processing or the video did not meet expectations, we'll give you back your coins. So that's how we're doing this during beta. It aligns incentives more because it allows us to we've brought down pricing for everyone, and we want to keep it that way. We want to lower the barrier to entry as much as we can go, but we want to recognize that in the early days, you know, if it doesn't go as planned, the test doesn't go very well for you, we want to be able to give you a refund. So that is how it goes. And the 100 coins are just to help you get started. Yep. So that's that. And then in terms of the Stripe question, yes, Paul. I can help with anything with Stripe onboarding, maybe off air, and the team can too. But you can even put in a social media website if it requires something. It's just for a KYC check to make sure you're a real human. So you could even put like in a social media profile or something. It's not hugely restrictive, and if you have any issues with it, happy to help. Jonathan, when I edited the storyboard, it's still coming up with images I removed in the editor. Are you talking about like start frames, like you removed start frame images, or you removed images in director's notes? If you remove stuff in director's notes, I don't think you can. So that wouldn't do it. If you deleted a start frame, it should delete the storyboard associated with it. So we can talk, we can see. Mystique says, my main character is a black female. They made her white. I changed and uploaded, and then when the movie machine rolled, the 9 starting pages were wrong, by the way. They went back to the white female. How do I keep the correct version of my character? So you changed the uploaded character and saved it. Did it also have that updated character on the storyboard? The only thing I can guess is there's a bug in the back end with when we did variants, which we were still pulling from the old character to do variants and not pulling from the new character. That's possible. So definitely share your project with hello@creatorwood.tv. we'll give it a look over and see what went wrong there. And very much happy to give you back with the coins on those start frames. KC says having trouble changing which character image is the current image. Let me show you how to. So let me open up Creatorwood and we'll briefly do a little bit of show and tell with this, and then we'll go back. Okay, so I'll go to one of my stories. Just for sake of, I'm happy to share your stories, but I don't necessarily have your permission. So if you want to change the start image for a character, first I'll regenerate a new one. And then once it regenerates, it'll take a few seconds. What you want to do is make sure you've selected that new image and then you hit save. And I'll do that right with you. So now we have a new version of our friend Jerome. This is what he sounds like.
You don't want to know the truth about this place. It's best you just walk away before this damn town eats you alive.
So what we'll now do is click save. And then we should see that character card updated now with the new image. If that's not working for you, let me know. We'll get it sorted. And then if it's not being updated on the storyboard correctly either, let us know and we'll certainly update it. But that's how to do it. Okay, let's keep going. So, but yeah, Mystique, I think it could really be it could be something on our end, Mystique, is what I'm saying. So like if it's on our end, like it's related to us just feeding the wrong image to the AI. If it is biasing towards why, I really apologize and we want to work on fixing that too. So either way, let's dive in and we'll make it happen. Okay, yeah, Nicole, that's good to know. We'll document that. I think we'll be able to fix this. It might be a bug. I don't know. We might be discovering a bug live. I would need to spend a little time off air to be able to tell. Okay. So then I'm gonna answer Andrew's question last. So Joe, we are an application built on top of AI. We don't own the AI models, so we can't make it open source because we don't own the AI models. We are working with AI models to build an application that is really designed to save you time and make it easier. Like, I want to be clear about the value of Creatorwood. You could go directly to ChatGPT, plan out your storyboard bit by bit. You could go directly to VO. You could go directly to these audio models. First of all, you're still going to end up spending a lot of money, to be clear. Like, none of it's free. And what will end up happening is it's going to take you a lot of time to learn all these different tools and do all of it yourself, to the point of many of the folks I know who have made AI films take, first of all, dozens of hours of learning to even get started. And it takes them like multiple hours, 5 to 10 hours per minute of finished film. It should not be taking you guys that long to make a scene on Creatorwood. It should be taking you, maybe an hour. In the beginning, there could be a learning curve, a couple hours, but you should be able to make a scene in an hour, maybe even less, maybe even significantly less for some of you. So it's making the process, first of all, just way faster, way, way faster. You can focus on the things that matter. You're not having to use all these different tools, right? You can to use one place designed to help you make movies and do all the heavy lifting for you. Because without Creatorwood, you're going to literally have to make thousands of requests, generate all these images yourself, make the start frame yourself, know what the prompt is, do all the variants, the scenery. It is so difficult. It's why you don't see AI movies made, because it takes so much time and investment. I know people raising money, like millions of dollars, just to make AI movies, because it still costs that much money. Like, we are really trying to bring that barrier way down low, by making it easier for you. So that is what we do here. We're not necessarily, like, when you use Creatorwood, it's not like we're necessarily using all these different AI models. A way to think about Creatorwood is if you've used Lovable or Bolt. Those are the analogous apps for coding, where like Lovable makes it really easy to build apps and websites. And if you've used Lovable, and I've been an extensive user of it to try and understand what Creatorwood could look like, you do have problems with the last 5%. The AI does get a little funky, but Lovable is built pretty similar to what we do. And that's just an analogy. You've probably never used a tool quite like Creatorwood, but in the software development space, tools like it exist and are built pretty similar. So that's just to give you perspective. Like, yeah, open source sounds great. We don't have anything to open source. Marnie would be happy to help you with that. Joseph, we will definitely have an app. We're going to have an app on mobile, although we'll still face issues in the browser, I'm sure, but we're going to have an app on mobile and a TV app, mostly for viewers. That's happening. I cannot promise a timeline on that, but like these are like not impossible things to get done and will happen. Not promising a timeline. Yeah, and Tom, for sure, like compared to that 10-second clip, I'll show it again in a moment here. Yeah, there's been more impressive 10 seconds of AI film created. The magic of Creatorwood is not in the 10 seconds. It's in the fact that now you can build on those 10 seconds to make something 10 minutes, 100 minutes long without like that much extra effort because you're able to build on these scenes, maintaining your consistency, maintaining these core characters. Like once you get it down, it's just then about getting each start frame down in each shot, which I don't want to pretend is easy, but that's the process. So we're really designed like the magic comes in when it's long form, which I can't like live in 8 hours generating a movie with all of you would be a little nuts, but like you're getting the idea of it. And then Paul, anything uploaded to the Creatorwood platform, so far nothing's been made using the movie machine. We have not had anyone yet upload something they made using the movie machine to the Creatorwood platform. People started generating videos in the movie machine like late Thursday night. So no one's actually uploaded to the Creatorwood platform yet as of that because people are literally still working on their first projects. I anticipate this week we'll have our first projects up to the Creatorwood platform using the movie machine, and we'll probably give the creator the option if they did use the movie machine to tag it, so you'll know. There'll be like a verified little section about that question's answered. That question's answered. Yeah, Mia, that's a great suggestion. Um, uh, so, Joe, we have a pricing. Oh, Erica, thank you. We have a pricing calculator that gives you everything. I would be like super happy to like if we could make it all free, it would be great. But like I want you all to understand if it costs you $2,000 to make a movie, it's costing us like well over $1,000, like near $2,000 is our expense. It's going to vary based on each project, but like we're not making a massive margin on any of this, and we have a support team and all that. So like the amount of money we would lose in beta testing would be astronomical, and we wouldn't even prove if there's an actual business here. So there would be no, it would just be like, it would not make sense. And the whole goal is that you are actually happy with what you get. If you're not happy with what you get, we will give you your money back. But if you're happy with what you get, that's hopefully a fair deal. And it's going to get better over time. But yeah, I mean, to be clear too, like, all these AI companies, for the most part, aren't just having free open betas. For software as a service, that's been typical because it's fixed cost, but we have a variable cost. If we had an open beta that was free to everyone, you could literally spend $100,000 that we would have to pay on this platform. That's just not like, I wish it was different. It's not. So that's just how this infrastructure works. So yes, I agree. Like I would love to do a free open beta of a software, but we're doing the best we can given the constraints and given our necessity to want to invest further in the platform and be able to actually create an ecosystem for all of you. And we can't do that if we don't build something sustainable on day one. The next thing I'll answer before we dive into the next kind of session here, the last kind of showcase, the movie machine, is our marketing plan. This ties into it. So, yeah, I mean, like we have right now no movies to market. So we're not like sharing this platform widely with viewers. Like we're just creating the first movies. So in the early days, like we're not necessarily marketing it a ton. But what we're going to be doing as we get more movies and shows and actually prove that it works, I'm going to be running experiments throughout all of October on the first shows uploaded to the platform to see if we can get people paying for it. So I might let some of y'all know about it, but mostly it's just going to happen under the hood. I'll be running experiments, and we'll see what happens. But then if it works, we're just going to scale it up pretty massively. And we're going to be investing in growing the ecosystem. And what I would be much more interested in doing is having us invest in our marketing at a loss and losing tons of money, knowing that we can actually grow the viewership of the platform rather than us pouring money into endless movies that might never go anywhere. Like that's not going to build a sustainable ecosystem for all of you all. So where you'll see us start to invest more in is the marketing side of things. But we can't get a marketing plan until we can prove that the first movies make money. And that hasn't happened yet. Therefore, because the movie machine just came out. So these things have to happen in sequence. But certainly, like when we nail that it works in a few movies, that it's working, we'll be promoting the whole platform, and we'll be using outside funds to do it. So it will be something that we are very aggressive about. But that's not a now thing. It's a near future thing. It's maybe in the next couple months. Like I'd love to be able to start doing that around the holidays, hopefully before the holidays, and start to really like make this a place where users come and viewers come, and like there will be a rising tide that lifts all boats there. But to be clear, throughout this whole process, I won't be cutting special deals with anyone. Your deal with the platform is the same, the 80% that you keep, which is remarkable given how much we're going to be putting into the marketing, by the way. And uh, you like I will be marketing the platform mostly as a whole, and anything I do for individual shows is purely for experimentation, and the creator won't even be aware of it for the most part. Um, I'm just going to send you people. And then once I prove these things work, it'll be more platform wide, and we'll be doing onboarding to the platform and customizing the shows that people see on a per viewer basis, right? So how your shows will perform in the platform once we start to market it is a very simple algorithm. It's going to be how much are people engaging with your story and then paying for the film? Like for every eyeball we show your film to, what money comes downstream to us and how quickly? And the films that make more money quickly on a per viewer, like per eyeball basis, will get surfaced more, but it's also going to be individualized to viewers too. Meaning in the beginning too, like it'll be mostly based on genre, but over time we can like really get very specific about our recommendations. So ultimately, you're going to make a good show by building a good pilot that gets people to engage highly and then starts paying you, and that'll like have you benefit from whatever we do. The other thing that we're giving people outsized rewards for in the beginning, which every platform has done, uh, Kindle does this, TikTok did this, is people who drive traffic from outside the platform will get outside rewards on the platform. Meaning, if you bring in viewers from somewhere else, if you're doing your own marketing and bringing viewers in, you're going to get an outsized reward in our algorithm to reach more people, just as a thank you, to helping this all grow. And the best part about all this is you get all the emails of all your followers, all the emails of all your viewers. You're not trapped in this platform. We're creating an ecosystem for this whole industry that's new to grow together, and you will keep a direct connection to your fans. You keep all control of your IP. There is no exclusivity agreements. You have like full control here. So yes, we have a unique vision. We're taking a really unique bet, and I'm really excited for it. But you know, what I do is the business. So I'm very serious about what our business strategy is, how we're doing. I'm very happy to share it with you all because we're all kind of in business together for sure. But there's a reason that, I didn't just go take $5 million and sink it into subsidizing movie costs because like that's just weird in a bottomless pit very quickly. And B, it's not going to do what needs to happen, which is the only way this all becomes sustainable is if we grow a viewership. That's what I'm investing in. And the movie machine, the whole goal is just to make it as cheap and awesome as possible for everyone. And like make these permanent cost savings across the board, not oh, they were nice for a little while and they took that deal away. Like, no, like that, the whole goal is for this to be permanent cost savings, permanently reduce the barrier to entry, which is also why I'm doing no special deals. Because special deals on a per individual basis go completely against the philosophy of this company, which is that every story deserves to be seen. Your story deserves to be seen, and all of our resources have to go back into the bigger mission and the ecosystem, not an individual. And that should be empowering for all of you because I'm truly doing everything I can to give you all equal chance, equal information, and equal access to the software. And that's the only way this is going to work because we cannot become a new gatekeeper if we want to reduce and transfer power away from the existing gatekeepers, which means you also have to do things differently. And I think in a way that's better for all of you. It's exciting. But again, I want to reiterate the guarantee, which is that if you truly aren't happy with what you're getting right now, and it doesn't meet your expectations, the gentleman's agreement of being able to give you back your coins, even refund you if you're done with Creatorwood entirely, is something that we're happy to do. And I'm releasing it now because I'm confident that there's more that won't be a bottomless money pit for us. I stand by that. So with all of that said, let's rewatch that 10-second clip because some of you said you want to rewatch it. The audio is going to come through weird on Zoom. I apologize. Because I didn't export the clip yet, and it's going to take me time to do that. And we have a million things going on here with our sort of live show. But Yeah, I also want to like be real with y'all that like I'm very like open about our process and very open to answering questions. That's probably not a normal thing, but I, as a fellow storyteller, wouldn't want it another way. Like if I'm trying to invest in a platform and use a tool, I want them to be honest with me. So that's always what you're gonna get from me is like the honesty. And even when I make these weird promises and say, "Oh, this is coming," like it really is coming. Like, and when we talked about this movie machine for months and it was kind of crazy, it's like, no, it really is here and it does what it says. So I'm very big on that. And I hope, you know, you don't just take my word for it. We like show, we don't just tell. But this is my first part of showing. So with that said, let's dive into this movie, watch it again, and then let's do Steven first. Make sure you shared your project with me at hello@creatorwood.tv, and then we'll do Kimberly. All right, let's watch it. I'm gonna make it full screen. Sorry, everyone. Let's go back.
We skip the drive and take the Amtrak train instead.
There we go. There we go. Okay, everyone. Awesome. Uh, all right, everyone. Yeah, Nicole, we're gonna fix that. Fixes are coming together. I'm glad you get it, John. So Joe, I would use the calculator that Erica gave you. It gives you like full transparency into our pricing for the most part. I mean, there might be like some small things that like you know, I don't know if I've updated the fact that like you have to pay to regenerate start frames and things of that nature. One coin, which is 10 cents, but like um the big expenses are baked into this and you can see what it is. So like this is supposed to give you an accurate estimate of what it would cost to make your film on a permanent basis. So I would check that out. Oh, Lucky sounds very adorable, Dave. Okay, okay. Um, let's do it. Okay, so um, I now am gonna go to you, Stephen. Um, your story, Stephen, is which one? I'm looking inside the Creatorwood account now for the shared stories. Let me know the title of your project. Put it in the chat, and then I'm going to get us set up here. We'll have some fun. Is it 12th house or painted mom? Painted mom. I don't. Okay. Okay. Let me send you. This is a good article for everyone. If you don't mind, Steve, I'm going to share with you an article about how to share us, pretty meta, how to share with us a film on Creatorwood so that I can see it because I don't have permissions to go in and like edit your projects unless you give me permission, which you do not have to give me permission to, by the way. But yours is the 12th house. Okay, maybe let's start with you, Kimberly, if that's okay, Stephen. And then Stephen, follow the instructions. I just put the help article in there about how to, this will show you how to, sorry, I'm losing my words. It's been a long day. This will show you how to share a project with me at Creatorwood so I can see it. So Kimberly, I'm going to pin you now. Let me find you, Miss Kimberly. Just scrolling through all the folks here. Uh, da, 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 da. There we go, Kimberly. Great. So we're going to add a pin. You can now unmute Kimberly, and then I am sharing your story with everyone. And our goal is to make a scene, but before we even do that, um, would love to hear what you're thinking so far about it all, and uh, yeah, like what changes you want to make. Let's just dive in. How's it going, Kimberly? If you also are unable to speak, Kimberly, like if also like I know this is kind of intimidating. There's a lot of people here. No, it's one coin to do an edit, 10 cents. 10 cents, Reg, 10 cents. All edits to images, voices, creating a new character voice, creating a new character image, creating a new start frame, all of it's 10 cents. 10 cents, one coin. So not a dollar. Dollar would add up real fast. Okay, great. Host on allowing. Oh, interesting. Try it now. I clicked ask to unmute. Oh, maybe there's two. Oh, I'm think I pinned the wrong Kimberly. 1 second. There's two Kimberlys here. That's pretty epic. This makes sense. I'm sorry, Kimberly. Let me find the Kimberly. 1 second. There's lots of I was like, oh, I found Kimberly. We're good. No, I didn't. I didn't find Kimberly. Okay. It's weird because I'm pinned on my screen, so I have to like one by one go through each of y'all, and it's like there's been easier things I've done in my life. Let me find you, Kimberly. Kimberly Worthy. Kimberly Worthy. We will find you. It's so funny. I'm like the Zoom. This is hilarious. This is like the Kevin, uh, Nicole, Heidi. Uh, I recognize so many of y'all's names. Kimberly, okay. And now I found you. I'm seeing you now. I'm gonna pin you now. This is hilarious. Okay, Kimberly, I've pinned you. You can now unmute. So sorry about that. I pinned the wrong Kimberly. I was like, oh, I found Kimberly. Hi,
That's
Kimberly.
me too. I just had to get on one with the camera.
Oh, okay, it was you. Okay, okay. Well, I feel less bad then. I wasn't like calling someone out. I was like, poor Kimberly, who's not. How are you doing, Kimberly? How's your day? I mean, I guess your day has been a lot here, but how?
Amazing. It's been amazing. I'm happy to be here.
I'm really grateful to have you here. It's actually still a little like mind-blowing that there's still 82 of you here. I hope it's still worthwhile to continue sticking around. But Kimberly, maybe walk me through like uh you saw these like we're at the characters page now.
Okay, yeah.
But the back.
So I knew I had a lot of characters in this book, but I never really visualized how they were gonna look. I just kind of, made personalities and things like that. So it was very interesting to see the personalities. And Marcus, if you scroll down, my main character, oh my goodness, it's super good.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Autonomous is great. They're great. They're all great.
Yeah, he looks like badass, honestly. Let's hear
It's
the
spot on for his character.
We must first understand. We are speaking of the Son, not the Father. The God of death leads the soul.
What do you think about that voice? I don't know if I'm in love with it, but you're the storyteller.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm totally in love with that.
How would you edit it? Because we can do it right now.
Um, I like the deepness, but how would I explain it?
Maybe he needs to carry out his words a little longer.
So the deep tone, but then he carry out his words longer, like it's not so short. Yes.
Now, I'll give a little flag here. I think we fixed it, but as of last night, some of the voice regenerations were turning out very weird. It was like degrading in quality. I think we fixed it so that's not happening, but let's just see what happens. By the way, one thing I'm like also very passionate about is like I'm a lot of companies like in AI and in general will like cook up like the best possible version for you all. Here's the demo, go use it. Like I'm why we're doing this is like, oh yeah, it's not perfect. Oh yeah, this will mess up because this is always the experience, but it's easier to get people in when you make it sound perfect. But I'd rather just be real with y'all that like, yeah, it's awesome. But like you're gonna have these weird moments or where it's like, okay, the character looks beautiful, he sounds less beautiful, right? And that's good because we can change it. It's okay. I like that. How about the settings and objects? Did you get to check those out?
I did. And I did notice with the characters, some of them look more animated than
Yeah,
others, like this one on the end and then the first child.
yeah, yeah. That's something that we are stubbornly trying to fix.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, the scenes are great. I went to the scenes and the objects. Couldn't really understand what the objects was about, but the scenes were beautiful. Like spot on with the book, actually.
that's awesome. That's great. So you uploaded actually, this will be
So
oh,
yeah, this is a book. Yeah, that I uploaded.
let's hear the voice again, and then I want to hear more about what you uploaded. Let's hear the voice.
Speaking of God leads the soulless. They seem to have gotten dumber over time. This moment was inevitable.
So you know what I'd say? Deeper, nailed. It's a bit slower, but I think it has a little bit of a radio quality to it, which I've seen
Mhm.
happen. That's what's throwing me off, is like
Yeah,
this is perfect for the radio. But
kind of
not necessarily perfect for like a character naturally talking. So I'd say, can you make the tone sound more natural and less like they are speaking on radio? Now, I want to tell you this is a known issue where sometimes just like the voices turn out a little bit radio quality. What we're adding to fix this is speech to speech, where you can act out the voice or have someone you know act out the voice and use their voice. Which I think will solve this when like AI voices, similar to AI video, pretty good, but that last 10% could be a little weird. So let's see what happens here. So you uploaded a book. How long was the book?
It's about 125 pages.
Epic, epic. Okay, that's awesome. So folks know we've tested this on books up to 600 pages. So I'm sure it could take more than that, but there's no limit. That was actually the hardest thing we had to do. It was like for a long time, it was just figuring out how to like nail longer stories. And I think Creatorwood gets more and more useful the longer your story is. If you're using Creatorwood to make a minute film, like if it's a trailer, that's a different story because we can get the context of your book. But if you just have like a 1 minute short film, I think it's still useful, but it's remarkably less useful than when you have like a book because it's like
Mm.
everything it does for you. Um, so we'll hop over to your storyboard. Do you have any idea what scene you might want to generate with us? Do you have
Um,
a scene, a
yes.
specific scene in mind?
So yeah, I went over to the storyboard and it generated something, but I didn't know what to do next from there. Because it's showing me my post-apocalyptic world description. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do from here.
Okay, that's good. Let's talk about it. First of all, I'm a post-apoc author myself, so I'm already like so like, oh, this is great. Um, the next step, we're not going to click the button yet because I want to see that you're happy with the storyboards first. Although I will say, for like the sake of time, we might like do it a little bit rougher than before. I don't think it'll turn out much rougher. I think it'll turn out well, but just because I want to give everyone an example. But hey, it's risk-free to use, so it's fun. But well, also, and as a reminder, risk-free to everyone if you don't like your shots, to be clear. But gentleman's agreement on that. But what you'll do here is generate start frames. This button is the next step in the process. And what this will do is give you how each film starts, or each, sorry, shot in your film starts with the scene. Now, before I click this, it's important to make sure we're happy with everything else going on here. So do we like these storyboards or the shots?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
All right, well, I'm going to press generate scene or generate start frames, excuse me.
Yeah, I
And
like the character. He's perfect, and he's just talking in this one.
love it. Love it. Yeah, so let's go for it. So something this long, by the way, like I'm looking at it, you're probably looking at like what we've created for you if you chose to ran everything would be like 4 or 5 hours of film. That like 220 total scenes is going to be like, yeah, about 4 or 5 hours, maybe even six. Um,
Mm,
so what I will
serious.
say is books tend to a book can be turned into a season of television and can be turned into 10 hours. You know, like that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
It also could be an hour and a half movie. What we're working on, as a note to everyone, is capturing more of your intention up front so we can generate a storyboard based on the length you want. Now, what I've also found, we'll probably do this after the fact because I have a hunch that a lot of you won't know what you want. We'll see it and then we'll be, oh, this is clearly too long, which is great. So we're working on that. But for now, my instinct for you, Kimberly, would be to be very selective about the scenes you produce. And if anything, to try and delete a lot of these shots. It's great you have them, but delete them so that you're running less because I don't imagine you want your film to be that long. Mind you, there's nothing wrong with that, but I imagine you don't want it to be.
No. What if I want a series, like to have a TV series?
Absolutely. I love that. I think that's one of the biggest opportunities in everything that's going on with AI filmmaking.
Mm.
So what you would do with that is decide first how long you want the episodes to be. Do you want it to be micro drama, short, couple minutes? Do you want it to be 20 minutes long, more like a traditional TV episode, or more like 45 minutes to an hour-ish, which it tends to be now, like, like the sort of Stranger Things, like a lot of those Netflix series. Do you have any instinct on the length that you might be looking for?
I'm thinking like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking people these days, they have a short attention span. So if we
Yeah.
get into the 45 minutes to an hour, you might start losing viewers. But 30 minutes, you can have a lot of good stuff in that 30 minutes, and then they'll be kind of craving for that next 30 minutes.
Absolutely. You know what's so fascinating here is you probably have um literally 300 minutes or like 10 30-minute episodes. I would say that's probably what this will give you. So given that vision, maybe I wouldn't cut back as much, but then what I would be careful about is you don't need to go generate all 10 scenes, 10 episodes tomorrow. You could just
Right.
launch with episode one, create that pilot, even part of episode one, right? Um, and kind of start from there. Start with the teaser first, teaser develop into the episode, etc. Um, but that's cool. I love that your vision for it isn't too far off from how your story may naturally adapt into film. You can see right now it's generating one at a time. We'll work on making this faster, y'all. We have like a lot of different requests in the server that we're working on speeding up. But this is awesome. Okay. One feature that I maybe didn't mention yet, but might be useful to you, Kimberly, is since you have a book, you might want to create a book trailer. Eventually, we'll release a book trailer feature. I'm not promising a timeline on that. The only thing I promise a timeline on is editors and bugs are our top priorities. Editor and bugs, top priority. But we do want to release a book trailer feature at some point where we can create a trailer script for you. It could also work for movies, shows, so that you don't have to do as much legwork yourself. But if you want to, like right now, go create a teaser for your film and share it with your readers, put it on social media, etc., you can search for scenes based on the description of them. So like we title each scene based on what happens in it. So give me something that happens in your story and we can look it up.
Um, oh, when um Jackson is killed.
Okay. Let's look up Jackson. Oh, Jackson. Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
the JAX.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Any one of those will work.
yeah, okay. Interesting. I love it. This is a cool story. So did you see for everyone here how we very quickly jump to a new part of the storyboard? When you're uploading something like you, Kimberly, that's like a beautiful big novel, it can feel very overwhelming to go through all 220 scenes at once. Definitely. That's not something you do in one sitting. Um, but you can jump to other scenes just based on what happens in them. So we're here now. Have you taken a look at this scene yet?
No, I haven't.
Let's take a look at it. Oh, I really like the survivor train interior. Like that's beautiful.
They did great.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And here's Jackson. And then
Yeah.
so this, y'all, this is a known, I don't even know what to call it, but like sometimes AI just has its thing. So if we get conflicting descriptions about a character, which sometimes it's not even because you wrote it that way, it's just because AI thinks it. It sometimes just makes it one image that's four characters. This also happens a lot when there's flashbacks in a story and like the younger version of a character is mentioned and the older version. It might show like a young version and an old version of it. It
Mhm.
sounds cool, but it's not really cool. It's confusing. So we're working on fixing this. For now, this would be a character you'd probably want to spend some time regenerating. I mean, you
Actually,
could.
this worked out pretty good
Oh,
because
good.
Janet, she's an ancient, right? So she's had, lots of lifetimes. And at
Oh,
one
that's
point,
what it's picking up on.
thinking about
Wild.
that, she's walked this earth many times.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how an AI video model will handle this. Like, I'm super curious. Let me just hit the start frames here because I candidly want to see this first start frame. So we'll come back to, well, remember, scene 62. We're gonna come back to it and look at it because I'm like, I don't know what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, but that's why it did it. So that's interesting. Um, yeah, there's like a method to the movie machine's madness.
Yes.
But that's very cool. Okay. Um, and in general, Kimberly, because I'm waiting and slightly delaying, because I want to make sure the scene generated before we go back to it. But are there any questions you have that come to mind after all the things you've been experiencing today?
Yes. So as far as the characters, you said that it costs 1 coin to edit the characters, but it doesn't cost anything to upload them. Do you upload them like in that editing part when you're editing them, or when do you upload the characters?
Great question. Right here, click upload image, and it can be any image you want that becomes your character. I've had many people start using this where they upload pictures of themselves, of family members. One person, very sweet story is, we won't spoil it. I doubt she's on the call. He's creating a sort of film that's a sort of look back in the past where it involves his partner. And it's adorable, and he has a picture of her there. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want with those images in terms of what you want the reference image to be. That's exactly how you do it. You just click that upload button.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So we're at 8 images generated now, 9. Cool. So we're moving along. We're moving along. Um, and we'll go to the start frames um, when it's done, which will be exciting.
So,
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
on this page that we're on, right? It are all these pictures supposed to be the same? So like when it starts going, it's just gonna be these two pictures, just because he's just talking in this first introduction.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see like how it handles the narrator. Like I hope the narrator doesn't like because you want the narrator to be behind the screen. You don't want them on the screen.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it does that. We'll see what happens. Like honestly, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But ideally it's narrating and then yeah, like you would see this guy in that setting and it just keeps
Yeah, yeah.
scenes.
Because
Um
he's in there.
yeah, what we would do if it does show the narrator, we'll try and adjust it where you can like hide a character so that like it still has his voice tied to it because we want his voice tied to it. But this is where we can make some of the like the things under the hood a little easier for you to see like how we connect character to voice that's the narrator's voice, but you don't see the narrator. But anyways, I'm honestly curious to see how it looks.
Yes,
It's
me too.
always a grand experiment.
I'm
Um,
excited.
I'm excited too. We're gonna look at the start frames in a moment. I'm gonna actually stop sharing because we have a bunch of chat. So I'm gonna get to that and see what's happening because I see 43 messages now, which is awesome. Oh, drawl is great. Um, 950 coin. Yeah, that sounds about right, Stephen. If you're uploading something like longer length, yeah, I don't choose share button. Okay, great. Anyone can answer. Do we have a page count? Yeah. How to chop a book into 10 episodes. What does it need to wrap in and out of the whole arc? Chapters are familiar format. Should chapters have a particular shape in the first place? Or should chapters be created with a particular shape to invite serial narrative? I think you should be creating chapters, John, with a specific shape to have that serial narrative. Like if you can kind of think, okay, these are my beats that are going to map onto my film, and this will be the beat that ends the episode, and it's going to end on a cliffhanger that leads into the next beat. Like that would be like a very good way to design your novel to work with the movie machine. Obviously, scripts that were written for TV will have that by nature, but I think um, even if you don't have it in your book, when you upload it to the movie machine, you can add new shots to reflect that. So this is actually a good moment to share the screen again. We're almost halfway done generating the start frames, which by the way, y'all, we're gonna make everything a lot faster on the site eventually too. We're just trying to like scale capacity as we go. But like as we like start continuing to scale up and getting more capacity, like speed will become something we emphasize too. Not that we can make it happen in a second, but take a little faster than what we're seeing right now. But you can add any shot to any area of your film. So if I want to add a shot here, I can say, I'm not gonna, let me go to a scene that is like, I'll go to a scene that's not being generated right now. So cool. We have this scene in the train interior. Maybe I want Ying to be in a wall of fire is the setting. That's pretty cool. I'm already happy with this. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense in the context of your story, but I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then we'll have a small motorboat. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, Small motorboat or motorboat travels through wall of fire. Yeah, and then we could add any dialogue, add any camera notes, create shot. Then we'll see here. I'm gonna delete the shot for you, Kimberly. I'm not trying to mess up your storyboard. So what we see here is let me refresh. All right. Let's see. Refresh. There we go. Showed up here. Yay. So now we can see the shot and we can save it. So there we go. And I am going to delete the shot because we're not gonna, it's not gonna make sense there. but you can always use the add shot feature to smooth out some areas of your story once you kind of get it into the movie machine to have it make more sense. And adding shots costs, I mean, it costs nothing to add shots in the storyboard. It's going to cost money to generate the shots, if that makes sense. Um, Again, you only pay for this when you're actually using AI. So you're not using AI to do that function right there. You're just adding the shot yourself. Okay. Let's go back to scene one and see where we're at. And also I forgot the other gift. I got to give you all the gift. We're gonna do that after this before Steven. Okay, we're 14 in. Maybe I will give the gift now after I answer some questions. Don't worry, Kimberly, we're on it. We're gonna just see what happens. But let's see here. Sweet, create one and use suggest what other tools. Yeah, I would say if you're editing, Lulu, um, like most of what you're gonna want to do is gonna be post-production. I mean, pre-production, you could use something like Scrivener or like Final Draft to actually write your script or book, depending on what you're doing. Um, Once you upload the text in, like you're doing a lot of the planning and actually filming inside of Creatorwood. But post-production, in lieu of Creatorwood's editor being a little janky, right now, I think your best options are because they're free, mind you. DaVinci Resolve has some more advanced features, and then CapCut's a little bit more simplistic. But both have free tiers. Um, yeah, KL, that sounds exciting. All the pictures of the model, that's exciting. Um, no, Tom, you have full control, right? There's no commercials. Well, there's no commercials on Creative right now. Commercials is something so far off. There'll be many conversations we have as Kenny before that. So just don't even, no, that's not even a thing right now. YouTube, you only would have commercials submitted between it if if you have over 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. And most importantly, YouTube does not allow monetization of AI content, meaning if YouTube finds out you used AI to make your movie, they're not going to let you get any AdSense revenue. So it's almost a mute point. Obviously, if you're uploading to a traditional streamer or cable TV network, your film would need to meet their requirements. But yeah, that's exactly what Erica said. What's best for you? Okay, okay, Steven, you'll do this another time. Steven, let's hop on a call. Let's take me up that offer. Let's hop on a call and do it. So just email us at hellocreator.tv and I'll make sure I get on a call with you. The question is how to chop a book into 10 episodes. Was needs to wrap. Okay. So say you have cool. I think that was the answer. Ah, Mia, great. We do want to add that shifting shots between scenes. It's harder than you think because of the context that we're feeding in between each scene. So we're going to do our best to make that happen. So that's something we'll do. Um, can you apply an off-screen character trait for the narrator or just remove their image? I'd expect you. Yeah, that's it's a good suggestion, John. Nicole, so if I were to get rid of a bunch of shots in a scene, um, yeah, we're gonna allow you to combine scenes too. This is all coming. This is all coming. Um, uh, like I'm aware that we break down scenes a little bit too granularly, and you should have more. Probably should have scenes. Some of the scenes should be one scene. We're doing that intentionally right now for beta, so that you can generate scenes a little bit more granularly. See if you like it. But yeah, over time, it's gonna be like the scenes are gonna look longer for sure. Um, uh, Mia, that's probably just an issue. We can fix it, but I would delete that shot and just add a new shot to the previous scene. Um, yes, so Willow, we're going to be adding that. We're going to be adding an ability for you to see what what it looks like in each style, and we're adding the ability for you to be able to one-click change style. One-click change style will come down the line, but we're going to add it so you can at least see examples of the styles. Um, Depends on who you ask, John, and that's a YouTube question. Yeah, Reg, it's wildly crazy. We're in insane time. Like honestly, like so much things are in flux. Like the legal questions earlier with like copyright and how like Europe will handle it. Like the answer to all of this is like no one knows, myself included. So let me share some free things, and then I think we're getting close to these. Yep, we're close. 22 out of 30 start frames have been generated. So I'm gonna share some free things. One I haven't shared yet, and then the others I have, but reminders are helpful, right? They can't hurt. So let's do it. Shannon, it's definitely, yeah, they do not cite my source right now. YouTube. They allow it on the platform. They're just not going to pay you out of AdSense. It's mostly for what they're calling like quote unquote mass-produced AI content, but it's unclear what the line is. Yeah, but who defines low efforts? It's unclear. It's absolutely unclear. Um, yeah. So that's where it's at now. And again, why we built Creatorwood is because yeah, you can upload to YouTube, but you'll make about $4 to $5 per 1,000 people who watch your film. At Mr. Beast, YouTube AdSense was 3% of our revenue. You need another way to make money from films, to be able to monetize it. You do. YouTube AdSense is not gonna cut it for you. To break even on a film, you're looking at like needing an absurd amount of watch time. Like you need hundreds of thousands of people watching your film, which is hard. Um, so okay, let me share this link. Some of you have asked about book trailers. Here's a free course on book trailers. This link gives you the free course. And then like if you just enter beta group in at checkout, it's totally free. So thank you all for being here. It's just mostly how to think about distributing your trailers on social. It's not how to use AI to make it. It does talk about it, talks about tools and all that, and it's very helpful. But the best part about it is how to think about distributing trailers to get more viewers to any story you write online. And I feel like it's a good, helpful starter because all of you all are probably going to be thinking about making a trailer for your film, regardless if you're going Hollywood, whether you're going Creatorwood, or whether you're just writing books, making a trailer for it. So created that. It's a quick course, but it's good and it's free for you all using that link. If you have any issues, let me know. I have one more free thing because free things are great, which is the author marketing deck. You can download it for free digitally right here, but you can also get the physical version for free. You just have to pay for shipping. So, as a reminder on what it is, the code for it, by the way, is movie machine. That's the code at checkout. So, movie machine code. This is it. Um, you can get it all for free. At least you have to pay for shipping, but the deck itself, the e-deck's free. The physical deck, you just have to pay for shipping. And this is the deck of cards. So it's 50 superpowers to help you market your stories. Um, we'll talk about that more in a little bit, but I think we're close. We're like at scene four left, four start frames left. We are so close now, y'all. We're really getting there. The code for the trailer class is beta group, but if you use that link, Willow, it will work. But use beta group and you're in either way. Um, uh, yeah, no, we're trying to give as much as we can. We're really grateful for y'all being here. Um, and excited. Yeah, and by the way, like I'll be following up with this stuff over email. I can't promise tonight. I mean, who knows? But definitely tomorrow. Like it's a priority of mine to like make sure this is all distributed. And it's not gonna, these things won't expire immediately. You'll have a couple days to redeem them. So if you're like feeling super overwhelmed right now, it's all good. Although the one thing you will want to redeem kind of now is the free coins in Creatorwood because that's only available to people who are live, but I'll be distributing over email all the other stuff. Uh, Okay. Okay. So now we have one start frame left. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll all watch it together. Mind you, this is moving a little bit slowly. Just right now, we're going to be scaling and we're very, very grateful to have so many of y'all using this. But let's go in right now. And we've got it literally right as I shared. It finished. I've been watching. I've been watching. No downtime. We're just in showtime right now. So for the sake of time, Kimberly, I'm going to hit this button without editing anything. Everyone saw this. I edited nothing. If there's weird stuff, it's because literally this is what one click AI gets you with no human involvement. So we're gonna do it. That's 30 shots. That's it's good. I hope there's something usable in there for you, Kimberly. More than that, I hope it's mostly usable. So we're gonna watch it. But for now, we'll go look at this, knowing that it's generating, and we'll see how long it takes. 30 shots could take some time. So if it does take some time, we'll come back and watch it, and I'll kind of like kick on to the next and last session of our show today. And then I'll probably end the programming at 5, stay an extra 15 minutes and close up with questions. Maybe I'll wrap up the programming, or sorry, this I'm talking 5 PT. I'll probably close the programming at 8 p.m. Eastern without a doubt, so y'all can go. I want to finish any questions that come up, so I will answer those questions. So I might stay an extra 10 or 15 minutes, but maybe I'll wrap up the programming a little early and then we wrap up at 8, because I do want to be respectful of y'all's time. I actually probably have a little bit of stamina left, but this has been a marathon, to put it lightly. Okay. We're going to have these generate for now before we even do that, because we will. Maybe let's look at the start frames here, Kimberly. So first of all, it's showing the narrator, which is not good, which I anticipated might happen. So this is something we will adjust, and kind of move it to the background as one of the commenters suggested. But I am curious what it looks like with him. Like, I mean, it might just be weird and interesting, but this is going to be interesting. I don't know. I mean, again, we one-clicked it, literally, as you all seen. We're doing this live. The backgrounds are pretty beautiful. And you can see too when it switches over, it is pretty consistent here. Like this, yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, yeah, y'all. This is the thing about AI filmmaking. It's like it gets you really far. And that last bit you do have to get to work at, but we're seeing what's possible with one click. And mind you, we'll fix this narrator thing. This is weird. And oh, this is an interesting thing to call out. It sometimes generates random subtitles. Absolutely weird. And if that happens, like it looks like it's going to do that for this shot. I'm sorry. The subtitles, we've tried to make it so that it never does subtitles and that we will build our own subtitle program on top of it because having the video and subtitles at the same time is like usually inaccurate. But yeah, so we're just going to let this roll and see what happens. So I'll stop sharing. We'll just let it do its thing. Earlier, I showed how to like pull the little bulls and whistles. But yeah, we'll see what this does. Um, oh wow, Andrew, that's wild. So I'm so grateful for y'all being up here. Kimberly, you're amazing. I I'm very grateful for all of you. So Kimberly, maybe what I'll do while this generates is I will unpin you. You've been a wonderful guest. You've been a wonderful guest. And I will start to dive into kind of the last order of business here, which is talking about what do we do next with these films? Like where do you go with it? And we've talked a little bit about it. We've referenced it, and I've talked about the pilot process, but I think it's time we talk about this next step in all of it. And with that said, maybe because I'm seeing this in the chat going on now, we're going to watch it. Yeah, we're going to watch it. I'm just waiting to generate. We are going to watch it. Don't worry. We are watching it. Where's everyone calling in from? Put in the city you're in. You could drop it in the chat. I'm in San Francisco right now, San Francisco, California. New Orleans. I love New Orleans. Idaho, Meridian, Idaho. I know we have another folk in Idaho too. Not gonna dox them, but they're here. They're in Idaho for sure. Uh, Indonesia, amazing, Casper. Richmond, Virginia. New York, Stephen, amazing. San Francisco Bay Area, Vancouver, Missouri, Houston, Canada, Panhandle, Idaho. Oh, so cool. Matt, great that I met your girlfriend at Nink. I, I I loved everyone I met at Nink, so I'm sure she was amazing. Oklahoma, amazing, Steven. You are a rock star, Steven. Marnie, you're up for this? Oh my God. I started like I think I saw it coming from you earlier. This is crazy, Marnie. You're amazing. I'm so grateful. Australia's I don't even know what time it's in Australia, but it's definitely not the daytime, I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. Australia again. Karen's Australia. Karen, wow. Um, London, UK. My mom said home sweet home. She definitely didn't understand the assignment, but thanks, mom. No one knows where that is. My mom's been listening in. Fort Worth, Texas, Dublin, Ireland, Florida now came from California, Dallas, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Ah, that's amazing. So first of all, yes, we should have Creatorwood meetups. Like 100%. No, Mike, different login entirely. Uh, different login. So here's what I love about it. First of all, y'all are from all over the world, and that just makes me super grateful that we've all come together throughout all these time zones. But to kind of recenter us now before we get into this next stage, we're going to watch one last video from the wonderful Kimberly Worthy. But before we get to that video, because it's just generating and I will switch when I see it done. Don't worry, I will switching the moment it's done to show you all, or maybe at the moment because I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth between you all on the screen and this. But regardless, what we now get to do is make it so that no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you are in the world, you can make a show, a film. You don't have to live in Hollywood, that's for sure. But you don't even have to own a camera or have ever owned a camera. I mean, maybe like a camera on a phone, probably a lot of y'all have owned a phone camera, right? But you don't have to own a professional film camera. You don't have to travel to set and, all the hours that would be required in that and moving around your day job and whatever it takes. You can literally do this, and you might be listening right now from your pajamas on your couch. You can now make movies. That is crazy. That is crazy. And, you all doing this, we all get to be part of this new way of making art together. And in college, I don't know if I've talked, I don't think I have talked about what I studied in college, but it becomes relevant right now for a reason. It's why I'm actually doing all of this right now. So I learned something really important about how technology is made in college. First of all, I'm not a computer scientist. I think it sounds like one of y'all picked up that I'm not an engineer because I was making all these promises that would get an engineer stressed out, which is true. I'm a I'm an interesting CEO to work for. I'm a nice guy, but there's a lot of ideas, and they're all getting done. So that was funny. I laughed at that comment. I'm definitely not the engineering type. I'm a creative type. I'm a storyteller, but I studied history of science in college, specifically science and technology studies. And I'm not making a call to action for you to study this, but I learned something very interesting from it, which is it's a story that stuck with me, which is the bicycle. And my main mode of transportation on the day to day is a bicycle. It's kind of weird, but in San Francisco, the public transit's like it's okay, but for me it's like a good excuse to like get exercise and move around. And there's a bike subscription that's $29 a month in San Francisco, which is not bad. So I don't have a car out here. I just have a bike. So I think a lot about biking because I love biking. And what I oftentimes take for granted is our definition of what a bike is, right? I can go anywhere in the world, San Francisco, Miami, London, Indonesia, and the bike could be different, but it's going to mostly feel the same, right? Like the seat has its own different sort of variations, but the seat's kind of its thing. You got the handlebars, you got the gears and how it all works. But it didn't start that way. And there's this idea, it's called the social construction of technology, where that bike didn't start off as the bike we know. We sort of had a consensus develop around what the bike is now. But there was years where we had this amazing technology, the wheel and the spin and the gears, right? The foundation of this thing. But we didn't actually know what it was going to look like. And there was this process, the social construction of technology, where people, bicyclists who became bicyclists, worked with people who designed the bicycle to better shape it to their needs. Now, there's a danger and opportunity in this. The danger, I'll share first, and I'll share the opportunity. The danger is that the nuance here is yes, technology gets to a point where it kind of becomes settled. And the definition of it is like, this is what it is. And we see this with software too. Like if you use image editing software, most of it's the same. You you go watch a social media, like social media is mostly the same, all these feeds, right? And there's certain times in which people are it's made for certain people, and sometimes technology is not made for certain people, right? And just because they weren't included in the process, it wasn't intentional exclusion. It was a sort of accident. And that's dangerous because, you know, we now, and we can, you can study this. Bicycles aren't exactly easy for everyone to ride. Specific people with different disabilities, different propensities, it becomes more challenging, right? Now let's take this same thought process to the movie machine, and it's why I'm here with you all today. Um, the movie machine is really kind of like a bicycle. It's this new engine of creation that can take you almost anywhere your imagination wants to go. but we're like the bicycle before we know it as the bicycle. Like the text there, and it's kind of in the same places, but there's a lot of things we need to put in the right place to really be that nice, comfortable seat that you can shift into gears and go throughout the city in, right? It's going to take us time to get there. But why we're doing this now and why we're inviting literally all of you all from all over the world. I think we cover most of the time zones at this point. The reason we've done this is because the biggest mistake we can make is not including as many diverse, interesting voices throughout this process. And I think if you look, you can all turn your cameras off now because I guess I'm calling people out. But you look at the people that have their cameras on. We all come from different walks of life. I know this because I've talked to so many of you. Different walks of life, different areas of this country, different backgrounds, different areas of the world. And I think that is A, what makes this really beautiful and exciting. B, kind of challenging for us to then how do we serve all of you? But it's necessary for us to do that because if we don't, we've now basically gated out specific storytellers from ruling the world. And this is where um, we will get into our next conversation about what does it actually look like to rule the world as a storyteller. It's one thing to create a story. It's another thing to create something uh, that can really influence culture. And it doesn't have to influence macro culture, but even just your town or the people around you or a community of people online or people who have a specific interest. This is where we can all like collectively change and shape the world to be something better. And it's you all and your stories that will do that. But it doesn't happen if we don't get distribution. Right now, we've got this beautiful movie machine, but we need roads to bike on. So that's where we're going to end it off. And I'm hopeful that I timed that perfectly for the video being finished generating. We will see. But if that story worked and was perfect for that length of time, then I don't know. I don't get any reward, but I'm happy. So it did, which is great, which is awesome. Or wait, no, it didn't. 18 out of 30 are done. Or 12 out of 30 are done. Okay. We have 18 left to go. Cool. We're gonna just go into the next session and then I'll revisit it. I'll show you all so you can see it. So you can see where we're at. Uh, it's good. 12 I've already generated. 12 of 30 shots of videos. 18 left to go. One shot has failed, which is kind of what we've been talking about, these like funky AI model stuff. This one failed. And this is not a bad one. Like it's thinking, feline attacks child. There we go. Any violence with children is going to be difficult. Fine. We can change that. Lesson learned. We can adapt around it, make it more nuanced. We've already talked about like all the prompting issues of that. So we'll let this keep running. Unfortunately, I was not able to time my little interlude perfectly with this, but it does level us up for our next session, which is going to be about distribution. And I want to like pause here to take something from all of you, which is you create your film. Where do you think you're going to share it? You can say, I don't know. That's a 100% valid answer. But where else do you want to share it? All answers are accepted. And dream as big as you want. The movie theater in your town counts. And it's pretty epic. Oh, digital version, John, authorsidekick.com. Digital version, totally free there. Film festivals is what Joe says. High schools to show adolescents what they can do is what Mimi says. I love it. Keep dreaming, y'all. Let's hear it. Uses book promo. Yep, absolutely, Joe. On my Shopify store, have a book trailer with a link to Creatorwood. Okay. This is great. Okay. Films at the cinema. Others on streaming channels. Yeah. Now, I want to share with you something inspiring and share with you how what we think of as film distribution is changing. And I'm going to share with you a specific vision that I have experience with. But it's not the only way to do it. So I want to start with sharing with you all these interesting, exciting, generative ideas. And I do want to have you all leave with an option that you don't need to take, but an option of how you could get your films out to the world. Um, but this is all super awesome, everyone. And I saw movie theaters come up, and you might not think that you can just get into a movie theater, right? That seems like impossible, except I'm going to be in LA at the premiere of a movie from an internet creator not backed by a studio. that is in the movies. And I want to share with you that movie right now. It's essentially, oh, guys, where did it go? Uh-huh. There we go. Baron. So there's this guy on Instagram, and he did this through traditional filmmaking. And this is all supposed to be a point that we're all in this together, all of us as storytellers. And what he's doing should inspire us all in the world of AI filmmaking and beyond. So his name is Baron Bryan. He's making a movie right now called Two Sleepy People. And you can click right here, which I'm going to, and I already bought a ticket. But this is being premiered in 4 movie theaters. It's going to be premiered in more, but in 4 movie theaters throughout the United States. Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles. I'll be the Los Angeles one. New York City. Maybe even for folks in LA, we host a meetup around that, like before or after. So I'm good friends with the guys who run Creator Camp, and they're a group of first started off as YouTubers who felt that YouTube was broken for people to create cinematic stories, to create fictional scripted content, and have now been basically trying to build their own ecosystem off of their YouTube channels to now basically own the distribution themselves, go straight to the movie theaters, basically pull a Taylor Swift without being like the most famous person on the planet. Which, by the way, love Taylor, but it's like, okay, Taylor can go straight to the movie theaters, but can I? Well, you can. You can. And this was really just them emailing people. What they did is they got a website set up, and through the website, they had people mark down what cities they would go watch the movie in, and then use those pins as data to show the movie theaters, hey, we have a list of 500 people who are saying they're going to come to the Los Angeles premiere. Will you let us use this movie theater? Yes, we will. Done. Direct to the movie theaters. Incredible. They filmed this in 90 days. 90 days, no outside funding. They did this all. I mean, they have funding from this. This was a budget. I want to be clear. This was tens of thousands of dollars, but pretty scrappy, right? And part of how they're able to do this is they are like, using real film, but using new technologies. And for many of you, your path forward is going to be like AI filmmaking, because no doubt it's the cheapest. It's the thing you need the least access to talent. They have a studio in Austin. They have some creative people with them, right? This, the AI is going to be like the lowest barrier to entry. But the whole point is there's a big gap between I'm a fully AI filmmaker and Disney, Netflix, please take my next movie. And there's a gap in between that's really exciting. I'm not an expert in that gap. I run Creatorwood. And I'm really here to try and help bring that bar as low as it can go in a good way, like in an exciting way, because everyone deserves this opportunity. But all to say that some of you here, I know, will look at something like this and get inspired. And ultimately, what this all comes down to is one word: leverage. The reason these guys could do it is because they did build an audience of people online and Instagram. I've known them for years. They've been doing this since they were teenagers. They're in their young 20s now, by the way. So these are young people changing how filmmaking is done. And they, again, started with nothing, literally just their cameras. They didn't have any, so again, it's not the same exact process, but it's very interesting. It's a very interesting story. And now they're going into movie theaters. So what does this mean for us? It means that yes, you can depend on other people for your distribution. And you could say, oh, Netflix, please. And absolutely, you can. But the whole idea of Creatorwood is to give you permission to say you can do it. Not that it'll be easy, not that it's guaranteed, but that you can do it. So the same is true for permission. The same is true for permission with distribution. You can do it yourself. I want to show you how. And I'm going to give you the framework of how I think about growing your viewership, because the end movie file can sit on Creatorwood. It can sit on your own website. It could sit on Netflix. It can sit anywhere. And obviously, like, I run Creatorwood. I'd love for you to host it on Creatorwood, but I want you to host it on Creatorwood because it's honestly the best place for you, where you can run a unique business and it's an ecosystem that you have. It's a 1 + 1 = 3 to be a part of. But if that's not true for you, the same principle still applies. You can bring your film, you can direct viewers anywhere as long as you have them. So how do you get viewers without spending a bazillion dollars out of pocket, without, dancing on TikTok, because no one wants to do that, at least I don't, and without spending like 80 hours a week on it? So that's what I'm going to share with you by unleashing what I call the viewer growth engine. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. And then we'll end it off talking about some opportunities that exist beyond the screen. I have two separate slideshows to run through. I'm going to do it probably semi-quickly, but I'm going to give you the gist because I'm sure everyone's in information overload. But I need to close the loop here so we can all see the story of what your story can become. Um, exactly, John. Exactly, John. It's not an AI film, indie film. And exactly, Chris. Exactly. That's it, Erica. Exactly. The whole point is if they can do it, you can do it too. And I literally know it because I've known these guys since we were all like 18 together. And like I love them to death, but there's nothing special about any of us. They just did it and you can do it too. So let's boo 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 check on this scene. I'm just checking on the scene. I'm like, did it finish? Please, please. Maybe, maybe. Let me refresh. Maybe. This is like the moment of truth. Eager, excited. I think we're still going. Are we still going? I think we are. Okay. Um, no worries, because we've got plenty of stuff to cover. Oh, it's slideshow here. Gonna share my screen. We'll get into this first one. I want to cover the high level concept. If I was to give you a crash course in all of this, it would take um literally hours. And it's just not going to happen right now. But I'll share with you how, if you want to dive deeper into this with me, how you can. Wait, Google's asking me to sign in? No, we're good. Okay, great. Sorry. Mini panic, mini panic. So literally, there's only like, I'm just looking now because I'm like timing. I don't want to cover everything. Yeah, let's cover 3 slides. Because I don't want to information overload you, but I was prepared to share more. But I think I can distill this in in 3 slides. Um, yeah, yeah, okay, I got it. I'm just cutting this out and then we'll do it. 3 slides. Or I don't want to delete that one. We're gonna do 4 slides. I cut 10 to 4 and I'm still giving you all the information. Okay, this is good. And I'm highlighting these cards again because I know I'm throwing so much at you today, but I want you to understand how to use them. So let's do it. Let me share my screen now. Sorry for that interlude, but I was like, we don't have time for me to like go on some rant. We have to keep this like semi-contained. So viewer growth engine. So maybe y'all can tell because it was our team's wacky proposition to create a movie machine, but I love thinking about systems that can scale. And I think it's really intimidating when we think about marketing our film, when it feels like we have to hawk our film on the side of the street, like a guy outside of a restaurant being like, here's my film, please, please watch it. It's like you're gonna hand everyone that individual movie ticket to come in, and you're like, I can't do this. It gets scary. The truth is that your job isn't to market your film, it's to build a system that markets your film for you. And some of the folks here, you come from all different backgrounds. I'd say most of you probably don't come from the world of indie authorship, but quite a few of you do. And many of you have already heard some of my spiel on this. But one thing I'll say is if you are an indie author listening to this, you're at a tremendous advantage when it comes to the business of succeeding in this because effectively indie authorship and that business and indie films are not going to be radically different. That's my vision for this, that like the principles are very similar and you probably have a massive head start to like really do well with this. That doesn't mean that if you're just getting started, you're in a bad position. But I think that like in particular, indie authors who have an audience of readers and who understand how to grow their readership can apply those same principles to building their viewership. So what I want to do is fast track your learning and tell you everything that I learned after publishing 12 books, spending over $10,000 marketing my books, and thousands of hours of time in just 10 minutes. That seems like way too big of a promise, and it probably is. But if I can deliver on 80% of that, I'm pleased.